Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. What is up, everyone? This is Coffee with Soul. I am your host. We're gonna talk. Not chalk, but we're gonna talk. We're gonna hang. We're gonna be doing some EU visits. I believe it's gonna be 3 folks in the EU that had signed up, so we're looking at them first, followed by visits to US places as long as realms are up. So I might be kind of taking my time with these first 3. You know, I'm gonna kind of like saunter around and all that, and what a start to the morning. So, I'm not gonna tell the whole story, but I'm just like, oh my god, Mom. She was trying to call a plumber, and they were supposed to come yesterday, which is already kind of weird because it's Memorial Day. And so she's like, how come they didn't come yet? And I'm like, I don't know, why don't you call? She's like, I don't want to call. They should just come. And I'm like, I think you should just call. And she's like, no. I'm like, okay, how about I call? No, that's embarrassing. It was a lot of back and forth of that. Cut to today. And she's like, oh, I'm still trying to find a plumber. I'm like, why don't you try reaching out to the one that didn't reach back out to you? Because I think something happened. And so she finally calls. He's like, oh, you never gave me your address. She's like, okay, gives him the address. And then she's like, how come they didn't reach out to me to ask for my address? And I'm like, how come you didn't reach out to find out what they didn't? There was a lot more of that. So, it's all good. It's all good. It's nothing that a little Advil doesn't take care of. It's more than that. I actually had a pretty rotten start to the morning, but I'm fine now because I'm here and I can like hang out and all that stuff. So I appreciate folks who put up with that short little bit of a story. It's Tuesday. It's a reset day as long as realms actually come up. So while we wait, we'll just kind of like suffer and seethe here and talk about gossip. Like, oh my god, who's dating who? Who are like the cutest girls and all that, or boys, or whatever. No, I'm just kidding. Let me say hi to people real quick. What is up to Mel Venue? You're the first person to say hi. Hey. And then what is up to Blywin and Neeb and James and Roxana? What's up to Darth and Ravens and Redman and Panda and Emo Girly Shid? What's up to Hazelnut? Hello to Ray and Arcadius and Esnim and Wild Hunters and Epiphiana. What is up to Sexy Sarah and Savitar and Macho and Trueville and Manny? What's up to Palco, to Ann Online, and to the rest of you, the beautiful digital spawn with Facebook going to be joining us throughout the day. How was your weekend? Oh, realms are up now? Already? Really? Oh, that was quick. All right. Yeah, that's cool. If they seem like they're up, I think. Yeah, they are up. Wow. Well, way to go, Blizzard, for being unreliable as always. Right? Because we expected realms to be up at 11, and they're up at 8:40. Like, dude, constant letdown from the WoW team. My god. Anyway. Was it really a bumpy day? No, it wasn't really a bumpy start to the day. It's just mom's here. She knows I rib her a lot, bro. I'm pounding this today, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me give some thanks to people too, because I as usual I keep forgetting people from you know, I forget to thank people for subscribing because I'm like the worst. No, I think I did get everyone, but let me do it again just in case. Thanks to Delia Soul, thanks to Katerin and Team Kodabear and Robert the Realm, thanks to Damn Straight, thanks to Mysteria, and then for today, thanks to Neeb and Arcadius and Ez and Izim. And thanks to Sonata. And you're back from Vegas. Hey, how was Vegas, dude? What was going on in Vegas, actually? I think you said that there was like some EDM thing going on, or what have you. Who are the cutest Volpera? That's the question, I think. Let's see. What's up, Vicekey? Wait, there was a name that I saw here earlier. I was saying hi. I said hi to them, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Epiphiana, was your house featured somewhere recently? Yeah. Was that you that made a thing that's like, oh, dude, it's not a, hey, thank you much, dude. Does that mean you won? Does that mean you made money over in Vegas? Once upon a time, I went to Vegas and I won money. And I used that money to buy a purse for this girl. And I had no idea what her taste was. I'm like, I got $300 for free. Might as well use it on something. So I got her a purse. I'm like, you know, this should be cool. And then we celebrated, and this year we celebrated 10 years of marriage. So I'm like, I'm gonna give myself credit. I'm gonna say that was a plus for me. It was EDC. It was wild, nice. Do your parents ever watch my program? No, they have no idea what I do. They'll walk by here, right? Here, like the door is that way, and they'll just be like, "Oh, he keeps looking at the thing and talking." But boy, it looks nice back there, and it's so bright. But he needs to dust his room. But no, they don't really know what it is I do. Well, they kind of do. I've done my best to describe it. And my sister, she also does streams, but she does them on Instagram, and she sells crystals. She sells like healing crystals and stuff. I don't buy into it, but a lot of people buy them. So I'm like, hey, that's money. Do it. Get that hustle. And so my mom has a little bit of an idea. My dad has no clue. He has no grasp of technology at all. He knows how refrigerators work. He can work a microwave. But yeah, he has no phone or nothing like that. Have I shown him my houses? No. No, I have not. By the way, my house is gone now. Wow house. I tore it down. It's gone. And in fact, I can show you guys, since realms are up, I can show you what I did. Let's see if you guys understand what's going on. My vault was all shoulders? Ooh, tragic. Is that on camera? I want to for EDC, dancing, drinks, and vibes. You can do that at the strip club too, though, right? I think that was the last thing I did when I was at Vegas. Just a little bit of gambling, a little bit of strip clubs, and like that was it. Yeah. Yeah. So it's been forever since I've been there though. I haven't been to Vegas since I think like 20 something or other. 2013, and that was for work too. Yeah, I went there for work. So anyway, yeah, I have no house. So like here's the entrance to the house here. So let me take you through my cribs, right? Okay, so you go in, all right? When we first walk in, we're presented with, what are we seeing here? A portal to nowhere and a pool of doo-doo, right? But here's what I worked on last night. Here we go. First project of Project House. Boom. And I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna leave it there. And I'll let you guys figure it out. So I show all my family my amazing house, lol, and all. Yeah, but like my parents would not appreciate this. I mean, they definitely won't appreciate it now. So, yeah. It works? Good. Yes. I was wondering if it would work on stream correctly. But it works. Clip that, Twitch. I don't know if that thing works, but yeah. Yeah. So I'll leave that there and just let people kind of fall for it as we go through. Once tried to explain to my dad what I do on live streams, and his reply was, "What do you earn from it?" And as the answer was nothing, that's what he's in. Yeah. You know, that's the questions from my mom have become fewer. You know, the biggest question was, you know, are you making money? You know, what does it make? And I say, and I don't give an answer, right? Because I'm like, that's embarrassing. But the next question is your wife okay with it? And I say yes. And she's like, oh, okay, you're good. You're fine. It's so crazy it works. This is one of the first major things that I did during early access as well. I was like, dude, I got to see if this works. And I got to see like how much trouble we can get into first, like something like this. Now, this is like one of the more simple QR codes that I was able to make, but this was not cheap. This is not cheap to make. Because each box, and there's approximately 400 boxes. Here, let me double check. How many boxes are there? There are 470 something or other. 477. 477 boxes multiplied by 2 obsidian inks each. So that's about what, 900 ink or dye, I'm sorry, 900 dye and almost 500 boxes. And so I was like, damn. So when I first put this together, I was like, damn, I need to dye it, like, because it wasn't really working right. I'm like, great. So what do? Cha-ching! So now I have a lot of these black boxes I need to like do something with, but I'm just gonna leave it there. So it's worth it. Oh yeah, it's worth it. Try putting down, lining up, and dying for. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's a lot. But what you made was awesome. This is a joke. You know, this is a, how much did this go for? Actually, not that much. This is an approximately 40,000 gold joke. Oh, a little bit less than that because I had some dye on me too. Yeah. But this is my first of many masterpieces that you're going to see in Project House. So yeah, the intent is I'm going to leave it there for as long as I can. I mean, this thing's pretty budget intensive. This one takes up like 500 something, or 400 something or other, just because of boxes and all that. So like here I was, and I did this all like yesterday. I even have a time lapse of it, so I'll have it saved if I want to make a quick, if I want to whip together a quick video or something like that. I probably could. Yeah, it'll be like it'll be a QR code round 2 sort of thing. So like here I was, like I had like just a bunch of platforms and I was just kind of like suspended in the air and just kind of like going through the motions. That doesn't work for you? Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. I double checked that at different angles too. So I even like made sure to do it like this, and I was like, okay, let me double check. Like, is it going to pop up correctly? Yeah, it does. Good stuff. All right. And yet, I haven't seen any other psychos who were willing to do something like this. Am I still? I'm the only one I know who dared to do something stupid like this. Actually, it's not stupid. It's brilliant. Is what I'll tell myself. So. I have an Android phone too. Like maybe it's the age of the phone, or maybe you gotta wipe your lens or something like that. It's all good. That music, yeah, I have music going right now. Yeah, it's going right now. But I mean, I'll turn it off in time for when we start the show. Just trying my heaviest phone. It didn't work for you? Oh no. I wonder if it has something to do with dirty lens or something like that. That's like the usual culprit. And all that. Yeah, because I have a new phone. I picked up the Galaxy new thing. What's 26, I think. So and that worked fine. That's the only way I can really check it. All the other old phones I have, like my wife has up in her in-laws' place, so I could have done some more quality checks there too. Now the struggle here was I couldn't have this all fit down here. I can, but putting this together would be like way more of a pain in the ass, because the way that these boxes are set up. So like here's the actual crate, right? They're hella big. So if I wanted to, put something like this together, I couldn't make them this big. The smallest I'd be able to make them is 50%. That way, I'm able to take multiples of these and bring them together. So that's basically what I did. Now I could have made them even smaller, but if I did, then I would be putting this together would be like a huge pain in the ass, because then I would need to like you could see here, even if I'm on grid mode, it only segments it only moves at these increments. So I would need to advance mode every single box, and I don't want to do that. That'll be version 3. That'll be the third code that I do. You know, that way I can have something like that fit at least on like one wall section, and like that would be it. So that would be fine. And then I'll put like a big frame. But this is Project House, so I don't care right now. I don't announce everything I do. For the purpose of this, no, because I'm just trying to make it funny. That's all. And so something like this, no way was I going to advance with all this stuff. That's going to be for later. I just wanted to double check that this worked. Seems fine. My phone picked up right away. Now that I tried his phone, he's talking about wanting to upgrade his. Oh my god, am I indirectly making people buy new phones? Imagine if you could scan it and send you to your YouTube. That was the first version, actually. If you look it up, it's on YouTube right now. Just look up Social Breezy QR code, and you'll see the first one. My stream's dark. It's dark in here. Oh yeah, you want me to put some lights here? Okay, I can do that. So let me. What'll work best? A dark iron would work best. So let's boop. So let's go with like that. This way it pops a little bit more. So try that now. There you go. Pull up a chair by the heart. Let me know if that works any better. No, you're right. It would increase the contrast more. So like, I could like put some more lights here and here on the side and all that, and you know that would make it functional. But that's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking to. I guess I could do like this cute little frame kind of thing. Am I starting a new house today? I already did. This is part of it. This is the first project, so. But yeah, I'll let folks give this a try really quick and see if it makes any difference if you guys are interested. But no, don't worry. We're going to be checking out actual houses pretty soon. If I don't always try, I'll watch it. Yeah, it shouldn't be that long. I don't think I made it that long, but I'll probably do another time-lapse thing. Maybe I won't do it in the video. Maybe it'll just be a short. Something like that. You have to use Google Lens? Oh, that's interesting. Maybe it's a software thing for, like, the phone. Like, how old's your phone, Panda? Because it could be that, too. But yeah, the other projects that I want to work on, like here, I kind of like got stuck already because I'm like, oh, I want to do a Forsaken kind of like little Forsaken room here, but I only have like 2 pools. I think I deleted, or I either deleted or I never bought like a bunch of these like different pools and stuff. So I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna farm for that. That's crazy. I didn't do a lot of Legion Remix, so kind of a boo on me. I kind of missed out, and I could have like done some cool things if I had like a bajillion of those, and I could have done my own like Legion base or like just something stupid. I know I could buy more, but those are expensive. That's a lot. You know, that's I haven't really looked at like just what it all entails, but I don't know. I feel like it would be a lot. Maybe I can do something a little different instead. So like maybe if I can manage to, I can get like a bunch of these. Yeah, maybe I can use the fog from these portals, maybe. And then like what I want to do is it's going to be a small room. I'm either going to have like some green goop like either cut through as if it's like the Undercity, you know, it's either going to cut through the room, or it's going to be like a moat that kind of goes around the room. Well, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So, you know, I just want it to be like a very busy looking kind of like an Undercity lookalike compressed in this small room size. Yeah, so that's gonna be that'll be fun. I want to do some like weird lighting stuff in this room here. So like the intent is to take a number of these, dye them certain colors, and give the illusion of like light shining through. And then this will probably be like the monochrome room, where it's just gonna be like everything is gonna be like just two-toned and like that's it. You know, just to make a weird, awkward kind of feel. So Orcish Cauldron is crafted. I think that gets pretty big. Orcish Cauldron. What's that one? Orcish. So this one. Where's the thing? The dashboard. Edit. Oh boy. I don't know if this will work. Nope. Thumb Core is not happy with that at all. Let me try this again. Cauldron. So I'll put that, and I don't think I can resize here though. Yeah, I mean this looks pretty big, so maybe I can do something with that. But ooh, I gotta craft that guy. Oh, I do have one. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah, hold on. Look. Oh wait, that's the thing. Yeah, Cauldron. That's okay. Yeah. It's not like if I take this buddy. That kind of matches. I can try to figure something out because I have this and I have like one other like I have one of those little spider looking things. There you go, this thing. But then I got this big old dildo sticking out. That's not. I'll have to make that work somehow. Yeah. It'll just be like some cool like monument like thingamajig that is like somewhere here, and lots of Gilnean walls. It's going to be a lot of that. Gilnean walls, purple, you know, gray, green, purple equals Forsaken. Like that's it. So. Finally, the other day, the dirt mountains can be walked through, so I use one as a portal and just set up from above. Oh yeah, the cool thing about those is that they're fully transparent too, so you can just like walk through them freely. A little about housing as I think about it, huge community together. I've not met so many new people since vanilla. It made me met so many people. Then I see people like you who's done vids I watched for years. No, it's cool. It's like I said, like I've been saying, housing is thriving. Just gotta look in the right place. You know, it's not as like presently visible. It's not as action-packed as like, you know, the MDI and doing keys and raids and race to world first and all that stuff. But no, it is a pop-in place. It's kind of, it's like a, you know, it's a different step or a different vein from like roleplay stuff. People who are into the roleplay, really into it, having a great time. You know, react in certain ways to it will react to certain news in different ways that might make us be like, okay, what's the big deal? And then those people will be like, dude, it's like a huge deal. What are you talking about? But yeah, once you like kind of step through that threshold and enter the housing community, oh, it's dope. Housing cap is holding us back. Yeah, I agree. It's holding us back, but you got to realize too. And I try to humble ourselves. We are the 1%, or like the 5%. That. I don't know what the 1% is, but we're like up there. You know, we're the minority. We're the elitists. You know, don't forget that. Also found out you can walk through the corrupted. Yeah, that's right. I have been pooped through that pool before. I'm like, whoa, how did I get through it? And then I know I can't like walk back the other way. So let's see, hard drive space is ready. Let me turn the music down. Thank you for your service. Cool. So I'll be able to kind of like cruise through. No need to like artificially like spin my wheels and all that stuff. What's up, Meek? And then of course at 10 o'clock we'll open up the queues. I'm going to open up exactly 13 spots. 13 spots because There are a couple of people who had signed up twice, or they signed up a bit too early, too fast. But instead of kicking them off the queue, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna defer you guys for a month. Is that cool? I thought, yeah, that's cool. So I'll put them in, make sure that they're cool. Um, Tomorrow we're doing another community feature. This time we're going to be checking out the Alacrity Guild. It's a US guild on the Zul'jin realm. Got 5 places set up with them. We'll be doing some exploration of those places too. And then of course, like if you know someone or if you're part of a community and you feel like, hey, you know what? Why don't we like do like a group sign up or something like that? Best way to do that right now is to DM me directly. So that way we can talk about stuff. I'll give you guys like a special sign up form. And then we can like kind of get the ball rolling there. If you're interested in having a group sign up, you know, like basically your community, you want to give them a spotlight for the most part. So, yay. I was stressed about managing to sign up. I left the form almost blank. Did you? Oh, you did, yeah. Well, I mean, I know it's maxed out. I know what the note is here. You gave me the address. You're fine. I think we're here. So you're good. Do I know Elfie? I might have seen the name before. Yeah, I might have seen the name before. I didn't credit my inspirations and I feel guilty, lol. I get that. But at the same time, I say don't feel too guilty. You know, when it comes to things like this, inspiration will come from all sorts of places. Um, so I won't worry about that. Wouldn't worry about that so much. She's walked around in shrooms. She's my GM. We have quite a few houses in there. She's made a great hobbit hole a house. Nice. Yeah. If so like the way this works is I want a point person. So I want like a single point of contact, and then that person, I'll talk with them, tell them what I want, show them the form, talk them through that, and they'll basically sign people up for me. And then you give me the whole form, or and then you send the whole form, and then I do the rest. And then it's like boom, okay, you signed up 5 people at once. Yay! So yeah. So once you're ready for that, just hit me over on Discord DMs. Just you'll have to link up to my channel, and then DM me from there. So, woo. Oh yeah, I was asking Fifiano, like, was that their place that I saw? I saw it was something. Let me see if it said something in chat. Uh, no. There was, yeah, I think it was on Icy Veins or something like that. Oh my god, check out this house. Um, I, it was the friend's house. Oh, it was on Wowhead. Okay, was it the friend's house? Because I'm like, oh, that's adorable. Let me double check that. Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, look at that. Colors, the colors popped good. That was a great place. All right. All right, let's do this, buddies. Let the exploration begins. All right, folks, this is Thorn's house. It's right over here. It's we're over on EU realms right now, so it's a little darker than normal, but we are in the spooky part of Founders, all well and good. And the notes say that this is their attempt at a town. Now, of course, out here, not so much. You know, as soon as we walk in, we have it looks like, I'm going to pan out a little bit. You know, the whole place has been kind of like walled off, sort of. We have actual walls up front. We have some greens to kind of like make these, to kind of support these natural barriers. And then we have like a little bit more separation here. So again, we have like the difference between, you know, actual walls, natural barriers that they wanted to at least like decorate and make very pretty. So while budget is a constraint, you know, we have this nice, pleasant shot, boom, right here. So this is pretty. And there's the boss right there. Hey, what's up? So the boss is there to greet us. And we'll just take a bit of a tour around the front yard. You know, a little bit of glow from the sentinel owl. Right under here, it's a little baby extension, just for like shed, rando stuff, rando poisons, fertilizer stuffs, and all that. A little bit high for the kids. Look at me. I'm like, I could barely reach that stuff. Shucks. But that's how it goes. Forsaken are just like little shorties, unfortunately. And there is some more stuff back here too, such as business products. Oh, yeah. Tools of the trade. What do they deal with? Murder. Or no, okay, maybe not murder. Maybe they're just, hey, it's Warcraft. Sometimes rotten things happen, and you gotta make your money somehow, right? But it looks like the equipment here is less used. You got them spider webs that tell that story of underuse, or they're Nerubians. That could be a thing. Any fans who are hoping for like a Nerubian allied race of some sort, perhaps. And then there's like one more extension here. They created like this whole covered porch area, using the gazebo. And we just have like a nice little pleasant place to sit. Nothing too fancy. They got some outdoor tables that they got from someone's estate sale. It's like, yeah, I'll just take this. It seems cheap. What do you mean it's 50 gold? You guys are crazy. But then they threw down. So that's how it goes. Sometimes you want to have like your own little kind of like rustic look to it. And sometimes it costs 50 gold. It's like, yo, this thing's all beat up. What are you talking about? But yeah, very pleasant outdoor spot. Let's go right in and see what we got. I'm killing this coffee today, dude. Oh, my. I don't do that often. I try to preserve the coffee a little bit. Not today. Not today. Thanks, Mom. So as soon as we come in, now again, the notes were saying this is their attempt at a town. And so, well, first we walked in, and I think we're either teleported in or we just crawled through. We crawled through this door over here. So that's kind of our way in. Cool. Now, I'm going to kind of immerse myself and say, okay, I'm outside. Quote, outside. Or maybe it'll have like this sort of cave vibe to it, or it's like this very very dense and foresty area. You can already see right here a whole bunch of these upside down leaves. Like there's the normal set right there. Here they are being flipped upside down for people who want to make that sort of effect. And it's very effective. You can make these pretty big, and it'll cover a whole lot of ground. So that's how we're able to like get everything here. And they're dark, so it helps if you wanted to like have the lighting support something like this. Then you can have like that darker vibe. So it looks like the lighting has changed a bit. Like it's a little bit darker. So we'll see how that all lands together. So yeah, we come in, we're presented with a couple options. We can kind of go down there to a sort of an outside spot that looks like a long way over. And this does not look like a long way over. So we'll start here. So we're going through this town-ish, right? And we're seeing like this sort of mix of this kind of mix of buildings. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. And I'm gonna forget about the ceiling here. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to immerse myself into this whole like town sort of vibe. As if it's all like maybe it could be like one giant building, or like one like big like kind of metropolitan, this kind of city structure, and this is kind of like the underground part of it. There are lots of ways we can sort of like use our imaginations to give that sort of vibe. But anyway, so let's see what is going on in each of these buildings. So first off, we come into what feels like a little apartment for 3, right? 1 bunk, 2 bunk. Oh wow, these are quite creative. They're using wall shelves as these kind of like low-tech bunks. Meanwhile, this person, they got like the nice bed, so I guess they're the one who's paying the most rent, probably. Oh no, wait, there's 2 of them. Oh, damn, 4 people, small room, dude. Yeah, that's so reflective of real life these days. And as for what they're doing up here, Well, I guess maybe they do some planning, they do some construction or something like that, or maybe this is like some sort of like cool TV of sorts. But they at least got their wash, a little bit of trash stuff, and then next door feels fancier. You know, this one has like their nice window with security door. I'm sorry, with security windows. So for all we know, they got like all rich stuff in here. Let's see what they got. Oh yeah. Oh, this is highly opulent by comparison. So it's like, okay, let me close the door. Kunk, 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 3 locks. Man, I'm sure it's not that bad, but this is definitely different vibe from the first place that we saw. Really rich looking. Really like the vibe here too. Solid carpets to line the bottom, but also you have like these nice solid red walls here. Now that is either like a painting of sorts, some sort of like a decor, or it could be like a wall safe, which is like totally exposed and like there for everyone to see. But it's like, yeah, good luck getting in here. Yeah, really tight spot. Oh, I dig this. Check this. Oh, I like this. We've been seeing usually like pitchforks, name like crafted pitchforks or something like that. I think these are spears that are being used here. Nice. So these are much more affordable pieces. But what's also cool is that because it has like this sort of like this wrapped texture here, it has a different sort of vibe, right? It hits a little bit differently. So this is, I think, this might have been the first time that I'm seeing it. I think this is a great thing to use in like all sorts of builds. Whether it's like window stuff, and I think someone's talking about like use them like thin them out and make them into like strings or ropes or what have you. And we are going to see additional things coming in the upcoming patch as well. Now, as for the construction of this, cool breakdown. So we have like the curved elven table, then we have like these Gilnean benches, it looks like, that are making like these flat edges here. Then let me see what is with this bit here. A trellis that's being used actually. It's not a bench. That's cool. That's pretty neat. And so they just kind of like flipped that guy onto its side and then made like this sort of like square, these rectangular structures here. Pretty smart. That's really good. Great fireplace, all filled out, sunk into the wall there. Any secrets? We do have some secrets up there too. Nice. But yeah, great spread. Very, very lived in feel. Things are like not so neatly piled up, but done in such a way that it just has, again, this very like cool lived in feeling. So let's go this way a bit. Oh, and we continue like the cool looks here. Wow. Lots of Kit Bash stuff that happens to be here. Now, as for, I don't know if this is like a mirror or a window or whatnot. I mean, it's got to be like some sort of mirror because, I mean, a window is not going to, oh, sorry. The window's not going to work like there, but oh well. Over here, they have like this very, very decorative bookshelf. And then this cool clock. A lot of pieces that are in here too. Okay, let me just identify. You got a cabinet, you have the gong thing, you have what I believe is a fireplace here. Yeah, fireplace is being used as the frame. This weapon rack that's being flipped, you can see it flipped to this side here. And then from there you have like a gear, and I think there's a rug there too. Yeah, so you have that as like the outline. The gear is the main frame, and then you have like these kinds of structures. Oh, that's cute. The mug handle is being used for one of the hands, and then this mat. Very creative. And another cool window setup here too. I like the colors here because I think that the background is probably like I think a bed. Um, for like those different colors. There's like a shroud here too to give a sort of like tint over everything. And then the framing of this window is really neat. You have these different colored beams that are being used. And then here on the side, okay, that is a trellis that's being used for that too. Interesting. Okay. I think it's there to kind of like help clean up what else is going back here with I think some of the doorways or window or yeah, doorway or whatnot that's being used to open this up. Could be that. Uh but this has this really natural clean look to it. I like that. I mean it's not clean, but it feels like this like naturally built thing that is put together too. I like that. I got this cool little box bed too. Yeah, very kit bashed here. It like tables, drapes, to create this bed. That's neat. You know, all to create like this, this very unique shape. Now, of course, I would, for me, this would be a fatal bed because it's like if I'm jumping around or if I'm rolling off or something like that, I would totally injure myself on like the rims of that bed. Oh, that would hurt so bad. That would hurt so bad. All right. So let's kind of like weave our way out of here because we got plenty more town to look at. But yeah, great little place here. Like I said, very opulent. And then from here, oh dude, okay, this whole mm, oh that's good. That's good. So I'm gonna like kind of stop here, all right? And then we'll do this whole perspective check. So it's like we have this whole like mountainous climb right over there, very populated. We got townsfolk that are like chilling here. We got like a little Murgle town that's at the base of that mountain area. Big old kind of a, I don't know if it's like a watchtower or like some sort of like some processing mill. Feels like a very industrial spot, place for puppy, and of course some fishing equipment. And then check out the transition here that takes us like in and out of this spot. Oh, this is great. Yeah, it's like at least four walls wide. It comes out just a little bit. But we have like the big overhang too here to give it that additional depth, big scaling that's coming out. I think that's a good trick, by mostly it can be kind of flat here, but as long as you have like a good overhead, it does a great job of setting up the illusion here. Really cool. So let's kind of like go around now. Got barbecue stuff right over here. Again, very lived in feel. Here's Murgle Town. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, great shot here. Like you have, because, oh, my bad. It's a great shot here because you have like little actiony shots happening too. And not only you have like the waterfall, but you have all these little curtains that are creating like, this very busy setup. So it's almost like Miss Murgle here is like, yo, I'm just trying to get these damn fish. But then like the fish they're like they're resisting. And so the boat's rocking back and forth, and then the water, it's like all splashing around. Everyone's like, yo, dude, like, chill out. And they're like all talking smack actually. They're like, yo, Miss Murgle, having trouble fishing? Like, yeah. And then she's like, shut up, you three. Because these are like brothers or whatnot. But then really, like all of them have like a huge crush on her. It's just that they haven't like quite figured out like what to do about it. It's like, okay, one of them is going to be the winner at some point. It's probably going to be the red one because that's how it usually goes. The red one is like, oh, okay, that's like the leader between like these three brothers or whatever. And then these other two, they're like, yeah, well, we like her too, but it's just, we're just going to support you from afar and whatnot. So I guess in the end, it's going to be like the green and the red Murgle that'll hook up. But in the meantime, we're like in the early childhood years, right? Where it's like, okay, they're like messing around with her, they're giving her a hard time, but then later on, she'll become this like, very voluptuous, independent woman, and then they'll be like, oh my god, look at her, and they're gonna be like trying to do their best to try to win her over, but yo, she just wants to be her own person and all that. So here's the origin story. Anyway, hey, look, a fish. Hey, look at that, that's cute. All right, so can we climb up this thing? I think we can. So we kind of climb up it, but for the most part, it looks like this is like an illusion maker, right? I feel like it's best looked at from this angle here. With the way that the lighting is right now, it does kind of weird things with the skybox room. Like it'll do this sort of weird thing where, um, it makes things look a little bit dark. Okay, I can see it like that kind of there. That's cute. It makes things look a little darker than they should be, but it does. Yeah, sometimes it does weird things. But I think it, I think it's kind of cool with how this looks up here. It sort of doesn't look right, but at the same time, I don't care. So, what's under this different building here? Because I love the layout here. You know, it's a raised building. You have like this sort of underground thing, and then here the boss is like doing blacksmithing stuff. So they got work to do. They're doing their thing. So I'll let them be. You know, a bunch of supplies being let out. You know, things are probably being like wheeled in on like on like a normal basis. Oh yeah, the scale on this is awesome because I love how those things like reach like past the sky and everything. That looks sick. But let's climb up here and see what sort of building this is. We go right through and the bedroom. All right. So we have like another sort of like, you know, this definitely is like for working folk. Yeah, so it's the people who are like actually like living and working out here, but hey, they're living it up. You know, they got a good life. They got plenty of like decorations, things look lived in. You know, they don't look like they're like going hungry or anything like that. They're just like enjoying life. Here's like this kind of like balcony overhead spots where we can like sit and be like, oh, there's them kids teasing Miss Myrtle once again. Oh boy, those boys, they're gonna learn. You know, she's gonna one day take over the mill here, and let's see. I'll just trail off and leave it at that. Observation spots. Yeah, really cool spot. And oh, does it get higher than this? Okay, I don't think we can climb any higher than this. You know, we just have like, you know, like the wagon wheels and all that stuff. But we'll go back through here. Yeah, very, very cool though. I love the environment that's being set up here. The cool, it's the whole mountainous thing and the scale and the height of things that really draw me in. Super cool. There is this weird bug. You can kind of see it right here, how you can see how things darken up. And if I change the angle a little bit, then it like brightens up. It's just this annoying bug that I'm not very fond of, but oh well. Kind of gotta live with that for a while. So let's go back inside. We got more town to check out. But then on the other end of this wing, I think there's like just like a little bit that we're going to see. Maybe it's just like a one room sort of dealie. So we venture back into like this very like condensed town, and we enter a very small apartment. Now, well, it's actually a little bit roomy. You know, we have a pretty big entryway here, but it appears that we're inside one of these wagons again. You know, so by embiggening the things, there's a lot of room that you can make here, and then you can carve out your own living space. So from here, they kind of close things off by taking the privacy screen, shooting that across, and then just giving life to the place. You know, it doesn't have to be much. Just something, you know, something that feels like it's enough to feel convincing. So you got your open window, some greens in the back, nothing else that seems to be like further back there that to suggest like, oh, let's add in some lighting and some weather effects and what have you. Not so necessary here. But as for who lives here, they're just living their modest life, surrounded by like little books, little things that they find to be important to them. And that's it. You know, nothing too crazy needed. So nice little homely spot there. Now we're going through like this kind of like this dense foresty area. As it doesn't, we're not getting super strong indications of like the kind of people that live here, except for like those Murgles who are outside. Just that folks are living like their own like different lives. It feels like, but as we go through, ooh, things open up even more. So now it feels like we're in kind of a downtowny part. So again, it's a very dense sort of city village that we're sort of in. Oh, and I think, oh, is that like a dock over there? It almost looks like it's a dock or a dry dock or whatnot. But then here's like kind of the center of town, right? Here's the center of town where murder happens right over here, right? That's the story I'm going to tell. You know, folks are scaffolding or whatnot. It's happening around here. Once people are done, they're processed, they're dragged outside. At least that's what would happen, but it hasn't been done in a while. Remember, the back of the house, there were like cobwebs behind like the coffins and everything. So none of that sort has been happening here lately. You know, these days it's like a period of peace. Things are like just a vibe. We're all just hanging, and in this case, we're hanging good. So like here, like nice busy square, busy kitchen too. Inside has been like totally filled out, which is very cool because you can't actually walk in there. But then they went through the trouble of, okay, let me go all the way in, put out stuff to make it feel like this kitchen that's brought to life, being used. People are out and eating stuff. And then we have a number of places here. Doesn't look like we'll be able to like visit like the interior of every structure here, but we can at least take a peek in through these doors and see what we got. And here we have a very tiny apartment. Boop. So in this case, like no crazy kit bashed bed. It's just this one structure here, so nothing crazy that's put together like we've seen from like that one rich person's place with the secret room and all that. Just the minimum stuff that they need, but a little bit less space from that previous place that we saw with like all the books. But that's okay. That's not it's not everyone. Everyone's going to live their own life. Here on this side, ooh. Okay, now this room's got some personality to it. We got one Miss Murgle, who is casting a spell to bring themselves back to normal. They're like, oh snap! So here's like the magic circle that I did, right? They're probably, who are they really? They look like someone who lives in like Suramar or something like that, or a Draenei, someone who loves purple, right? But then they accidentally turn themselves into a Miss Murgle. They're like, oh crap, no, I can't be one of them. But then they don't feel that bad because no, Murgles live, they're fine in here. They have their own little spot. But she needs to like figure out how to change herself back because then otherwise her I don't know, her partner's gonna come back and be like, what happened? And then she'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't understand you at all. And then she's gonna be like, do what am I supposed to do? Do you want me to read this thing for you? Because if I read it for you myself, then I might change into a Murgle too. And then they might live happily ever after. So now they're in this like kind of dilemma. What do they do? Do they fix her or do they run the risk of like both of them changing? Because it's like, oh no. We'll see what happens. To be continued. Right through this door. And we have some kind of like cool Terran branding. Ooh. We have a chapel of sorts. Okay, that Miss Murgle needs to come here to see if she can get cleansed or whatnot. But let's take a look at what we have here. This very cool looking chapel setup. There's a lot going on here. Yeah, there's quite a bit. So here on the side, some memorials. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we have these different altars being set up. Different folks are being celebrated. Let's just make some stuff up here. Someone from Gilneas. A paladin. A Forsaken. Which is kind of funny. You'd figure like this should be like shoved aside. And then you could see like someone just kind of crawling out. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, that felt good. Thanks. I'll see you guys later. We have a cup full of fel juice. Huh. Interesting. So someone's sitting here. They're hearing the good word. Okay, they're hearing all sorts of different words. Paladin branding, Arakoa branding, void-looking stuff over there. And they're like, yep, I live in a crazy town. Here's my fel book. Let me get a swig of this. Woo! Actually, this might be the person that lives here. Now that I'm thinking about that. That could be fun. Now I'm looking at this other clock. They made another kit bashed clock. Again, so crate down here. right? So here's like a crate, and then you have another, like, I think a trellis. Yeah. And then the framing here is a coffin, it looks like. Because so now we have like that kind of cool shape. And then here's what looks like, I believe, like another crate. No, that's a weapon rack. And then there is another cabinet there. Barrel. And then that's a mug. That's neat. And then here's the other weapon rack here, too. Yeah, very creative stuff. It's kind of funny. It's like, like they'll make like some cool kit bash stuff, and then in other places, because of budgets, it's like you got to take shortcuts because, oh no, we're running out of budget. But it's interesting how, we're going through this place and we're seeing some places that are given like that kind of special attention, and then other places that aren't for, whatever reason. Now up here is like, oh, it's an altar of sorts. So it's not like us doing the sermon here. It's more like okay, worshipers or whatnot, and everyone's praying to like their god. Very cool. But it's also a place of study. When we're not doing prayers and all that stuff, we're doing other things like going into Narnia. Okay, so we'll see what's going on there in a bit. Just want to double check anything cool that I might have missed here. I'll do the roof. Yo, bookshelves and bookshelves and bookshelves, all angled just a little bit. And then also, okay, that's cool because we have these platforms here that help to close it off, to help close off the roof, but largely it's being covered by these shelves. That's neat. That's very neat. Got that gold trim, just to show that, this place makes money. Now let's go through and see what we have here. That's kind of crazy. It's a whole town, but no, we got to have room for this portal that takes us to Legionville. So now we got like these heavy, dark vibes. Because of course we got to have that ironic contrast, right? It's almost a trope at this point with housing. So you go through, we enter like this sort of like Legion refuge. Oh, let me click this. Let's get this thing to light up. Yeah, let's get some magic action happening here. Now what's happening here? Making special potions to turn everyone into Miss Murgles. Oh no, dark magic stuff happening. Oh, okay. So here's where the processing happens. Okay, so I was wrong about the center square. This is where the real stuff happens. I get it. I get it now. The equipment on the outside, that's old stuff, right? They're just getting rid of that stuff. Here, we're getting new equipment. All right, that's it. This is like the brand new stuff. So it's like freshly sharpened guillotine and all that. It's only been very gently used. The other one has had hundreds of corpses or hundreds of heads have been chopped, and it's all worn out. And it's just so much cheaper to buy a brand new thing than to get a replacement blade or having to call someone out to like repair it. Oh man, because this economy, man, it's just so much easier to get disposable stuff rather than to have things fixed. So, totally get it now. Very cool evil stuff, though, if you want to call it evil, right? It's just fell stuff. Nothing like pure destruction. What's in here? Little candle thing in there? I think there's like what looks like a fell candle in there. And then up here, we have some a very disorganized set of coffins. They should do a much better job of putting these things together. Climb up this cabinet. And then up here, we have some folks that are like, okay, well, let's have a conference, guys. Let's talk about like the new equipment that we've been ordering because we haven't even gotten rid of the old stuff and no one's coming by to pick it up. Maybe we can sell it on the market or something like that. Oh, it's a great idea. So maybe they're trying to discuss the economics of their habits, right? Fair. Sometimes you got to deal with those logistics, and it's not very romantic, right? It's not great for TV, but sometimes you got to take care of that stuff. Really cool setup that we have here, though. I dig it. We have these different sorts of tents that, big shapes that help to define the space. One, we have the floor. Then we have like these big tents, big rogue anvil looking thing. We have another Legion wall set up, and then here, like this kind of like conference slash storage area. You know, big shapes that help to give a lot of definition to what's going on here. And then, of course, the action shot with the blood and all that. Now, how did they get that stuff out? I don't know, magic. They got fell stuff. Surely they can teleport stuff out too. But of course, they had it like right next to this. You know, how did you just kind of hide in plain sight? That's sort of the rule with irony, right? The chances they can enjoy the torture, they watch it from above. Oh, of course, because it's like, yo, we got to be up here. So that way, if blood splatters, it doesn't get on us, because like that is disgusting. We can't. No way, dude. We just bought all this stuff. We can't let it get all messy. No way. Now, what's through here? Feels like the market. Oh, wait. There was something else here, too. Didn't I see, like, a ship? Okay. No, that's not a ship. That's just the framing of something else. Okay. I gotta see what's here first. Because I was totally wrong. I totally was looking at this differently. Okay, so there's the boss again. And then we have this invitation outside. So here's what I saw, right? Like this part of the tent, and it looks like these are like the I don't think this is a whole tent. Actually, no, I think these are the drapes. These are flags, right? Yeah. These are the drapes that are being shaped so many times that it looks like a tent. That's neat. Because does that mean that I can like walk through this too? And then wall. Okay. So yeah, that's cool. I dig that. It's a great way of shaping a whole room together. Because these things get pretty big, it looks like. Yeah, I didn't realize they can get that big. So we can kind of back out. And now we have like this whole Kultiran style tavern and bar or whatnot. Sick. Includes a giant fireplace, all the fixings for foods. We got a view outside. Yeah, very neat. Very neat setup here. Yeah, we notice throughout here in the square and whatnot, a lot of food placement is out. So it has it gives the illusion of, okay, the town's alive. People are out, they're doing stuff, they're drinking, uh, they're processing stuff, they're doing everything. But now we come out here. Go through this drape into the outside. I want to turn around first. Because once again, great use of the illusions here. Because in here you have so the previous spot that we were looking at, it was kind of flat and then had like the big overhang. Here, they just have everything just kind of pops out. And then the illusion continues to be preserved by putting some greens and whatever stuff on the side. We're not really meant to go back there. And now we have like this grand sort of structure. These kind of towers that are coming out here. Very convincing. But as for what's out here, okay, that shot looks neat. I like that. That looks really cool. Wait, there's a lot of Dranithus crystals, right? It's like, yo, screw your cherry tree. Here's what I got. Because they took a whole bunch of greens and threw them together. Oh, yeah, that's neat. Oh, that's cool. It has this kind of Crystal Song Forest sort of vibe to it. Right? Because we have here are the greens. Yeah, it's this right here. And it's shaped in, okay, this is really neat. Because I can't tell, like some of these greens, they look brighter than normal. But I guess it's the Dranithus crystals. Let me try to highlight some of them. Nope, I won't be able to. Yeah, I'm missing on all of it. But yeah, it's a bunch of those Dranithus crystals that are behind it. But it's really neat because it sort of like recolors the trees. That's really neat. It's kind of hard to tell like how it's doing it too, but I guess it's because yeah, so here we have like these green, and I'm not quite sure how it's recoloring the trees. I might be missing something. But that's hella cool. Yeah, so here's what I'm having a hard time understanding. Like here we have like this tree, and it's the shrub, and then this tree is also the shrub. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. But I like that. That's so cool, dude. Now, as for the rest of the spots, not to talk down on the rest of the spot, I'm going to kind of zoom out here. Centerpiece, we have a whole bunch of greens surrounding a well, and then around it, trellises. Again, very used spots, things that are suggesting like live activity. It's like here's a place to sit under like the very cool tree. I guess it's just so bright that it's recoloring everything. That's neat. And in here, a couple of graves being set up. One crypt being set up. Oh, then there's this. Fancy too. Man, there are a lot of folks that have like died here. Shucks. We got this here. We got a crypt over on the other side. We have like the whole fell thing with the processing. There's a lot going on here. All right, so let's back up some. Really pretty tree. Oh, that's sick. One of the coolest tree setups that I've seen. Yeah, like I said, the cherry tree, eat your heart out. All right, so and then I think that was there. I think I've gone through all the wings. Have I seen everything? Did I miss anything here? That is it. That's awesome, dude. This is a great build, dude. Lots of fun stories to be told here. Some big, some small. Great work with like the whole, again, very lived in sort of town here. Yeah, I dig it. Really like this outdoor spot too. Great looking park area. And like some little places to like rest here on the side. Why would I want to sleep out there? I don't know, but it's there for someone, right? But yeah, great build. Thanks for showing us. All right. Well, what's going to happen with that? Well, with them three bros, them three Murgle bros. I'm sure they'll get along. They're brothers. It's blood, man. Then again, women will change you. All right. 9:43. That's fine. I kind of doubt there's news that's going to happen, but oh well. Will I be at BlizzCon this year? That's the plan. Yes, I do plan on being at BlizzCon this year. I still need to like plan like the timing and everything because I don't know what else. I don't know what other stuff might be going on. Like, I have learned nothing so far. I don't know if there's any like special announcements or anything like that. Any like creator stuff that is. So we'll see. All right. So that was one. And good to go. Okay. All right, folks, this is Shinpai's place. We're over at Razorwind, and this house is super skinned. There's a house somewhere in there. I can hover over and I can see where the front door is. But let's see what they did here. Now, first off, there's the boss on their mount, their rock mount, to say hi. And, it's a good vantage point. You see them coming, pop, pop, pop right there, so they don't have a chance. And of course, very defensible position too. Mountains all behind us. Now, as for the house itself, like I said, it's totally skinned. Big rocks, not super embiggened rocks, but you have some bigger rocks that are helping to shape the spots. Here, you can kind of tell, at least the way that I look at design, like, okay, it's like, we got to cover stuff up. Let's just like do like the minimum. We get some greens, big rocks, flat stuff, cool. It's really up front where you see like some more of the shaping and detail to give it like a little bit more. Because you have like this very stylish sort of like fusion. Okay, you have like the rocks on the left, you have the trees, the acacias on the right, that are going up and down, and then you have like the fell portal in the middle, that's being carved in. But you also have a little bit of lived-in stuff here too. So let's check it out. You have like this little mine shaft here. You gotta sneak in. That would be like the alternate entrance or whatnot. Or like if, you know, here's where they take their canoe and they'll take it to the water. Okay, that's not much water, but they can like take it here and be like, okay, we're gonna go down there and then come right back, and like that's it. I'm sure they can take it elsewhere too, right? But that's kind of like the service entrance, right? For all them fissions. All right. So let's, I think we're ready to head inside. Actually, there's something up top there. There's like a flower looking thing there. Ah, it has a little flower hat. So maybe a bit of a hint of like some Herondar related stuff. And we see the little hat, and then we also see like this little fountain here too. All Herondar stuff. So a unique mix of greens, what we're seeing here. Let's go on inside. Ooh, oh, that's a pleasant way to come in. So as soon as we come in, well, like this angle here, where we're presented, we come out of this this little like entrance of fire, of a fell oblivion fire coming. So let's step on outside and, okay, this is interesting. You don't see this very often. I usually see paving stones at their usual size or maybe a little bit bigger. It's not very often that I see them smaller than usual. So they wanted to create this whole, it's hard to tell if this is like a river of blood or ketchup, perhaps punch, or it could be a carpet of sorts. Could be any of those things. I kind of want to go with blood because that seems the most cool. But what I like from this is we have like these different sort of carve outs. And I think this is more like a thematic thing than trying to build into something else. But it almost looks like, without seeing like a portal thing, it almost looks like a portal into something else. This looks like a portal into something else. So we have like, again, like these very strong themes that sort of come together in this entrance. This is neat. Yeah, because we come in rocks that kind of cut through and divide like these two uneven halves here. Very, very blood elf on this side. Very, very troll on this side. Forest trolls. I'll kind of like make the claim. Yeah, neat. So it's sort of like a depiction of the conflict between the elves and the trolls from back in the day. What are these things here? Oh, rugs. Ah, rugs is roofs. That's different. That is different. Yeah, so I'm going to say it's like this cool depiction of the conflict. As we go through, there's the boss again. Hi. And again, it's just a thematic thing. That is what I'm seeing from this. So it's like this whole like kind of like dedication. Now from here, we enter this octagonal room. It has like this big centerpiece here. And we're invited to take a walk around. So let's do that. So again, we have like this heavy troll theme to start with. In this case, we have like this heavy Zandalari kind of theme. Well, actually, I think it's just like overall just troll stuff. Just bring everything troll in together. And it's so easy. I know I say this like all the time whenever I see a lot of troll stuff, but it's like so easy to just like put things together and it automatically matches just like that. No matter how it's placed. Shelf, altars, some like little bonsai, little effigies right there that are just kind of chilling there. It's like, oh, let's just shove this aside. We're going to worship this guy instead. The Loa of lights. Yeah. Lights and visibility. There we go. That's an animal for sure. Because, yeah, they have like their own little sacrifice stuff. They got their, I don't know, ritual scrolls or what have you. And then there's a shroud there. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I can I move through this? Probably, maybe. Yes, I can, but not yet. We'll do a circle around and then we'll go through like that shroud or rug first. Now, okay, that's interesting. The universe is back there. Like it's like behind here, so it's supposed to be like a portal into the unknown or something like that. We'll see if I can get to the middle of that or not. But we continue to go around this kind of like tribal area in this first circular room. I mean, there's some other places that we can maybe like kind of hop through. Like there's another room over there where we got like the boss's chair. We got some blacksmithing stuff here on the side. And then through here is probably another thing we can go through, perhaps, maybe. Nope. Nope, just a wall. All right, so that is just a wall. Then we keep going around. We have a definite place to go through there. It doesn't seem like I can go through the middle. So I think this, that this whole middle area is designed just to kind of separate the room, which helps a lot. It's a big room, and it's very easy to kind of be like, oh man, what else do I put here? How do I fill up this wall space? And a great way to do it is just close it off and then give it some pop and personality to it. And I think this does a pretty good job of it. So here we got Miss Murgle, who's like about to wage war against all these effigies. They're alive, by the way. She already took one down. Oh, what a gangster. So she's like, yo, you guys, you're next. And so she puts like her weird like little paw thing down, like a thumbs down, and they're like all quaking with fear because they don't have legs. So they're like, what do? They're not going to go anywhere. She's going to knock them down, and they're going to have. There's nothing they can do about it. Their only hope is this guy, because this dude's got legs. So like he's like their only defender. But then this dude's like, I don't know, man. She's pretty crazy. I mean, look at those eyes. Those are the eyes of a killer. And I just don't have it in me, man. I can't. So good luck to those guys. Ooh. And I think we made we've gone around. So again, I didn't see any way to go through the middle here. It's all good. Really interesting construction here, because you have like the rocks are quite irregular. It's not like this solid shape. It seems like it's like chiseled out or sort of carved out, but you have greens that are coming out through the mid, again, to like give it this sort of like life to it. But now we should explore the different halls, starting with this one, which takes us to stairs. Ooh, really cool construction work here. We got beams that'll take us up. And we're going up like this spiral here. Boop, 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 boop. Short spiral. And we're also, are we outside? No, we're not outside. But we do have a coffin that was left outside. Like, okay. It's like, yo, get rid of the evidence. And then there it is. And then they were like, okay, I really wanted it to like break through the branches and then like, drop onto like the first floor, but it just kind of got stuck there. And then they're like, oh dude, what do we do now? Go. Then they're just running. These are like the worst criminals ever. They wanted to like, I don't know, rob a grave or something like that. And then threw it out the window, and it just didn't work out. Yeah, neat work here with this whole cylindrical staircase dealy. And then we get up here, and then mysterious. So it feels like work in progress in this spot. So let's just kind of keep that in mind. And we'll just kind of cut through real quick, see if there's anything of note, and just kind of get an idea of like the layout that they intend to have here. So we won't be here too long. But it does feel like kind of a different vibe from the rest of the house so far, because here's like a front door. So this is kind of the way out. Yeah. Just a couple things that are laid out. Cool stuff with the roof here. Looks like they intend to create like this unique shaping up here. I can't really tell if this is a stairwell room or whatnot. It's not really telling us anything yet. Yeah, let's go ahead and retreat back, and then let's see where else this takes us. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes people are hesitant about showing me their build or signing up or whatnot because they'll be like, oh man, things aren't done or whatnot. Usually, it's good enough to if you just want to like put signage or whatnot or just like or just close it off. Like that's fine if they want to still like build stuff. Otherwise, we'll play it off. It's all good. I don't want people to feel like embarrassed because it's like, oh man, here's a thing that is clearly not done because I think we can all come to that understanding that hey, not everything's done. It's a work in progress. And it's all good. According to the notes here, the budget here is 2,500 so far, right? Let's go through here. Very neat. I have not seen a table being used as a closet. A way to separate a closet space because here's just like one closet room, and it happens to be like the perfect shape for this draconic table. That's neat. Very convenient. Here's what appears to be the boss's chair. Hey, boss. And here we have the hot seats, double hot seats. So boss has their own like council of 3, right? So it's like, here's like the 2 suckers, and then the boss who still makes the decisions regardless of what these 2 suckers say. And depending on how things go, one of them might be impaled or thrown somewhere or cooked and fed to animals or whatnot. So here they are. Here's like their big old PowerPoint board discussing plans. Here's their sleeping bag. Okay, so these 2 they must work pretty hard. They'll work through all the night and they're trying to make this plan so they can please the boss, make sure that it's a plan to their satisfaction, with fear of death, because death. So of course they're going to stay up all night. They're desperate. What are they planning? Something for Teldrassil. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting from this, right? Why else would we have a flaming tree next to a Sylvanas banner? So this is one of many schemes, or one of many plans that are going on with the original burning of Teldrassil during the at the start of the 4th War. It's not just she shows up and knocks down the tree or whatever. It's like there's a lot of planning that went behind this. So it shows just how much the orcs were complicit. Monsters. So like here's them seeing. Oh no. So here's what I'm seeing. This chair. Notice how this chair's knocked over. It's like here's the boss, right? Here's their chair, but then like here's like they sat down and then Sylvanas like, okay, here's my plan, right? We're gonna burn down the damn tree. I'm just gonna surprise everyone. I'm just gonna burn it down. And then the boss is like, what? And then they get up, knock down the tree. She's like, yeah, it's gonna look just like this. She presents this whole thing. And he's like, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like Sarfang's never going to agree to this. And then Sylvanas is like, I don't give a damn what Sarfang thinks. You're gonna do it. And of course, the boss is gonna do it. So the boss saunters over to their cool looking chair, thinking, feeling all badass. And then their lieutenants come in and they're like, so what'd Sylvanas tell you to do? He's like, we're going to burn down the tree. And then these 2 are like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, draw up plans now. And so that's how, they slept in. They're putting this all together. So the people who are here, this is it. These are the people who planned the tree. So now we know, all right? This guy did it. Shimpai did it. Genocide, man. So what else is back here? I see a shroud, so I can't help but see. Boop. So here we are. So here's the boss. Here's the boss's like bedroom. And he's gonna chill with Miss Murgle and be like, dude, Miss Murgle, I've been asked to do the impossible. And Miss Murgle's like, nothing, because this is just a doll. So he's just like talking to her and like trying to get some comfort out of like the atrocity that he and his buddies are about to put together. So not to say that, he was just like, yes, my war chief, anything you ask. There's some fell stuff down there. Wait, hold on, what? Is that like Miss Murgle's Fiend Bowl? Something like that? Anyway, I'm trying to tell this whole story about how, like, the whole tree thing like it was this complicated plan. Maybe we can make a mini series out of it about these orcs and whoever that were putting it together. Could be that. Could be that. Maybe like a 6-7 episode series, something like that. HBO. Let's do it. And okay, something flew at me. I got like a PvP notification or something like that. Oh, there it is again. Can't do that to a PvP target. Okay, that's cool. All right, so let's go into this room. Let's see how far this whole Sylvanas thing goes. Okay, maybe wait. Hold on. Oh, interesting. Huh. Very interesting. So, check it out. We have like this sort of like mirror image thing going on. Oh, that's sick. Check this out. So, okay, let's start down here. Right? I'm gonna go over here. So, just want to point out, table, orb looking thing, some paintings, door on the side, shrouds surrounding it. To my left, target dummy. That is a troll, right? On the other side, some flowers and stuff, right? Above us. Now take a look at this. Different target dummy, so this is like the whole trolls versus elves thing. Flowers, table, target stuff, map. No shroud there, but then you have your door, and then we'll pan back down again. That's neat. Yeah, that's some cool stuff. Very trippy effect here. So this is kind of now we're getting kind of artsy. We're getting kind of artsy with this whole troll versus elf thing. I like that. That's cool. All right, so let's go in through here. No mirror image thing here. But here we have like we're back to the sort of like elf side of the depiction. And then through that is, is this like a special portal or something like that? I mean, out here we have this whole whole dining set. We're eating, we're chilling, we're living our best lives. And then out here, am I allowed to go out? Okay, I can go out. So it's hard to tell if this is like a portal or if it's just like a big view screen. So I'm gonna pretend it's a view screen first, and let's just kind of like see what we have out here. We do have, okay, no, actually no, I think we do intend to like walk out because we have like paving stones that lead us out here into, well, hard to tell where we are exactly because we have different depictions here, very different depictions here. We have a troll, statue over there. We have a sassy dragon. And then we have this Arakoa statue back here too. So an interesting depiction of like different sorts of themes. And I think this is a perspective check too. Yeah. so maybe it is, yeah, I think it is meant to be a window. So here we have like not much of an illusion here. So I'm going to go with like this shot here. How will this go? I'm going to pause because I do need to set up the thing. The queues. So I'm going to open up 13 spots. Get ready. But no, you didn't miss tours. Signups. I just happened to be in the middle of one at 10 o'clock. They don't open up on their own. I have to do it manually. So I think that's the right count. Boop. And boop. All right. The queue is open. Have fun. All right. So, yeah, I'm still kind of like, But theme aside, very pretty. I do like what's being framed here. You know, it's the cool window setup, and it's doing a great job of, you know, by just using the whole enchanting glyph, it does successfully give off that sort of like illusion of it being a view screen. I think the only thing to add, if they wanted to, they'd have to go into an endeavor. I'm sorry, they'd have to work the Mechagon endeavors to do it. They need to get the privacy screens, and that will effectively like block people from going outside, and then that will help to preserve like this whole shot here. Yeah. Perhaps this is like, okay, all right, guys, let's wine and dine as we discuss our future invasion plans or something like that. You know, we're going to that land, which, you know, that's not really clear what it is, but, you know, it's obvious that it's ripe for the taking, perhaps. Yeah, kind of a trip. You know, we're seeing like sort of like different themes. You know, we're kind of sticking to a sort of general theme, but we also have like these different sort of ideas that are being shared as we go from room to room. Some of these have like stories that can be told, some not so much. But let's check out this way. Oh, that takes us out. Okay. I think we have we seen all the rooms here? I am not sure. There might have been a hidden thing. Oh, actually, they might be leading me somewhere. Are they leading? Oh, there is a secret thing. There is a middle area. Ah, yep, I would have missed this. Oh, so now we crawl down. Oh, that's dope. Oh, the treasure room. Oh, that's cool. We have this whole hidden refuge. Nice. This is where all the booty from all their invasions have come from. That's cool. Sick treasure room, dude. And well hidden. Like at first I was thinking, oh, okay, it's just gonna be like this thing to like separate us. No, man. They're hiding the booty up in this. Nice. So like here's like four of those little prey effigies that happen to escape the wrath of Miss Murgle. So they're not gonna be murdered. Oh, and I think there's four more. Yeah, so there's 8 of them that survived. Oh, well done, guys. I want to think of all these homes as dimensionally flexible. Ah, no, that's cool. That's sick. And with this, I think we have seen everything. Then I won't think this is a main gate in addition to the secret nook. A main gate? I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. Because otherwise, now I wonder too, like, how did we get in here? Or how did all this stuff get in? Oh, they just willed it in. Yeah, that's what the Miss Murgles, that's what these effigy guys are for. Maybe these are just like little people who just like carried all the stuff in. Ah, that could be it. But yeah, cool stuff. We have captured opals and scrolls, everything here. Sweet. Thank you very much for showing me your place. Appreciate it. Oh, and then we got one more little thing here with the filigree and the aspirin pool up there too. That's just being used as a sort of like a hinge thing, a lighting hinge of sorts. That's cool. All right. Oh, so 5 people signed up like right away. Right on. All right, we're going to Mystia's place next. Oh yeah, was there any new stuff too? Any news? Nope. All right. So at some point this week, probably towards the later part of the week, because today's Tuesday. I'm gonna say like tomorrow or Thursday. I mean, it could be today too. When they do a trading post preview. And as for what we'll get, who knows? I mean, it might be like summer based. That's what we usually get around. Yeah, that's what we usually get around like the June August time frame. So we'll see. We will see. All right. Actually, let me link the thing and just kind of tell people, hey, the queue's up. We're not for long. Um, just put that on socials, make sure everyone knows. All right. And cool. It's a representation of my chaotic bank that kept piling up since classic. Every unique loot chest in one room, with more to come. I mean, what was one of the later ones that came in? I think it was like from not Bray, from Dells. I think you have to like get pretty far to like get to that point, but you know, once you get it, then you get it. Doesn't take super long either. Alrighty. All right, folks, welcome to Mystia's place. We're over in Founders, and they even have a little address thing there, number 14, over at Founders. So we can see from here, you know, we have this kind of like light separation, like, you know, these light fences that are being used to separate the spots. And we have a great shot coming up front. Let me try to get like a good frame in here. So I'd say like something like this works out really well. Very, very pretty. So let's go on inside. You know, let's see, how should we start this? I think we'll go to the right first. Will be kind of weird because we have this really cool overhang setup. This whole veranda. There are different words to use for these. But first off, under the gazebo, we have this covered spot to like hang, have our tea stuffs. You know, watch the animals. You know, watch the miracle of you know, all these different animals not trying to kill each other. Unlike in Razorwind, where they do definitely end up killing each other. So if anything, we're here like we're drinking, and we'll be like, okay, how much you want to bet that that animal is going to eat that one? They never do. Actually, no, that's not true. I believe there are foxes that I think that are around here that end up like going after some of the small animals here. But yeah, really cool party setup. That's what I'm kind of getting out of here. You know, there's like a live gathering going on right now. We're celebrating something or other. I know what it is. It's reset day. We're celebrating reset day. We're all chilling, vibing, celebrating the cool loot that we hopefully got. Actually, even if we did get loot, we'd probably just take the merit tokens of merit or whatever and get void cores instead. Back here is, you know, not as filled out. You know, I think we're meant to mostly appreciate the things that are up front. But we do have this tree to sort of like round things out. We have this little tiny overhead watering hole, or you know, I forget what, like a water trellis. Yeah, watering trellis. Things are popping, and then we'll pass by the cherry tree right in here, and also, oh, very cool setup here. Hold on. They have like this additional tower setup. That's neat. So they extended this thing out. Also used the greenhouse to create this sort of like indoor refuge-ish of sorts. Really cool. And I think I saw it on the other side too. So we'll take a look at that in a bit. And then here we have the cherry tree plus swing. 2 swings actually. One here using the string lights, and then one here that is built in. Too bad it doesn't swing on its own. But then we do have like a nice little seat here. Now again, I'm looking at the front of the house here with the 2 kind of like glass wings on the side. That's neat. So what they did here, you know, we have, oh, there's the boss. Hi. And their gnome buddy. So what we have here on the side again, we have these two greenhouses, and on the top, platforms to make this cool shape. That's neat. And then they just took some greens with the platforms to kind of like obscure whatever clip is up there. And you have that really cool shape to it. I like that. I think that's really neat. And these trees are getting in my way. Sorry. So as we zoom in, here's like the signage really quick. And I think those are just using beams of sorts. No, they're using some straight edges. So these are canvases. Ah, blank canvases that are being used to shape that together. Some greens on front. We even have like this little crate that's being used as a mail hole vent thing. And let's get inside. Sandra, last week, is there a timeline for when the tours take place? It's not a set timeline, but basically, let me go to the handy dandy schedule thing. Boop. So I'm gonna guess here that you're up first Thursday. So these are, so the schedule is posted on socials. It's posted on the Discord channel with the tentative schedule of when people are going to go. And there you have it. Yay. All right. Oh, look at that. You're ready to serve too. That's a very darling of you. But I'm undead, right? Yeah, I'm undead. So, well, I guess I can enjoy stuff. Maybe I have a tongue. Do I have a tongue? Okay, I probably have a tongue. I just don't have a normal lower jaw. When will my next EU be one after today? After today, I usually do EU visits first. So it's going to be Tuesday. It's always going to be on Tuesdays. All right. So as soon as we go in, you know, the boss is right there. They actually invited me over. I was just kind of chatting for a little bit, but they invited me in with a platter of food, but I'm undead, so I don't know how that would work out. We have this fabulous, but very, not very filled out entrance, but we do have everything that we definitely need. You know, we have firewood for like later on. We have a very clean setup where we can lay down our stuff or otherwise have a seat while we take off our shoes. And things are being kept nice and tidy. I think that's going to be the expectation that we'll have here in the spots, because we have like this broom that's doing its work, got the Roomba going. And look, people are taking off their shoes. Very neat. We have like these different cushions and rolls that are being used as different size shoes. So we can say that, hey, maybe this is like a family of 3 folks that live here. You know, it could be like a mom and dad and kid or of that sort. And let's take a look at this living room area first. Here, we'll sit next to where the boss is right here. Boop. And let's check out this. Oh, wow. So at first I was like, hey, let's check out the window. But no, the window, it's not just a window. It's a view into more stuff. Dude, there's hella house that we're going to be looking at here. That's hella cool. That's very, very neat. So let's check out the framing here that's happening. We start off with the Razor One bar shelf, and then we have beams that are helping to shape most everything here. From the framing here to even like these bars here, all these are beams. Actually, no. Here we have the tools. Here we have the farm tools. So yeah, that's what's doing that. That's very cool. Very clean setup. What I also love about it is there are no nets, but we can walk through. So I'll go through there later. Let's explore the rest of this like total room first, and then we'll look at our options and everything. So great fireplace setup. It's a tight space, but not too tight. You know, there's plenty of room to actually like walk around, but it's not like so spacious that it feels like there's like empty space here. And then, oh, okay, so this happens to be a dead end. This window setup, very cool. They just took the doorway and then created like this sort of like slanted window setup. Bit of a view outside, really pretty. Yeah, love the shaping on this place so far. So the top of this, that seems to be like a trellis or like a Gilnean thing. Gilnean table, yeah. It's a Gilnean table. It's kind of funny because the table here, it's usually like pretty dark. But I think some of the lighting effects that happen to be coming here, like for example, I think this window, it creates that kind of like blue glow even behind it that might be brightening this up. And so the color tone seemed to match just fine. So that happens to be a happy little accident, or it was intended, which makes it brilliant. So I'm gonna kind of like go through here and like, nope, no, I'm not. I think I am prevented from going back here. Haha. But can I fool it? Ha! No, no hacking allowed. Okay, so I tried. Okay, so it looks like we're not meant to go back there. So this is just like, this is just a grand window of what else we're seeing here. So I'm going to pretend that this is like the sky, that this is outside, and then we're kind of going through this sort of like this this Venice sort of streetway, waterway of sorts. That's cool. That's very, very cool. So from here, like as we're sitting, we can like enjoy like the sounds of the water. We can see like, you know, neighbors or whatnot coming and going. You know, a bit of a city life, but also it's all behind. It's all just out that window. Then here we explore the rest of this room, as well as what's around it. We'll go there in just a bit. You know, this whole lived-in feeling. We have a piano set up. Very cool. Books for keys, and I think those are not doors. Those are, what are they actually? They're using, oh, the fences, really? Ah, okay, really? So that's just a bunch of fences. Okay, that's very unique. So, huh. So they took these shapes here. Okay, that's okay, that's cool. That's a cool way of doing it. I have not seen Borealis fences being used for that before. I've seen all sorts of different things, including like doors and what have you. But that's a new one. That's cool. All right, so that's going to take me further in, but let's see what is behind this door. Oh, okay, things open up. All right. You know, we'll go through here first and see what's up. So we'll walk into what this very much feels like a family-ish kind of home. You know, here we see like toys and we got animals and all that that are like hanging out doing their thing. So like this Snuffle and Reptar, they're like playing around doing their thing. They're like neighbors and all that. All right, this spot's entertainment stuff. So we have another Snuffles who's like just chilling. And what are we doing? We're watching nature stuff, as always. One bird to keep themselves entertained. Yeah, nice carve outs. You know, place to like sit. We got double battle stations too. I almost feel like, yeah, I haven't, yeah, this is I haven't been to this person's place before, but you know, I've seen a number of places where you have like a couple's battle station, right? Side by side, they're gaming together, they're playing together. Very cool. Very cool setups. Here we got like, they got their purple tower. This one's got their kind of like gray looking tower. All good. Let's see. Mount wired mice. Smart. That's what gamers do. Oh, dude, this dude's double fist in the coffee. Nice. Nice. Because sometimes it's what you got to do. Oh, dude. Okay, this guy's a sloth, though. Meanwhile, she gives like her food to like the wyvern, and so he devours everything. That's smart. Very, very smart. All right, so I don't think there's anything behind here because this is a stairwell room, so I shouldn't expect crazy secrets here. And then back here, work in progress. So whatever they feel like doing, they'll get to it. Let's do the climb. No secret rooms. Okay, good tip. Thank you for that. Okay, this almost feels like a toy factory of some sort. It's like, oh, what do we, when we're not gaming, what other hobbies do we have? Oh, we just put together like all sorts of stuffed versions of our pets. Puppies and reptars and lions and snuffleses. No Murgles though. None of them allowed. So I'm gonna guess that they got kids and they got like a number of pets, but of course their passion is pets and cute animals and stuff, and so they make cool things for kids. Now let's keep doing the climb. Got one place to like sit and chill. And then we climb up and things get naturey really quick. So it's almost as if like it's like an indoor outdoor sort of spot, because once we get up here, we get into like this kind of gardeny area, right? So we're going through like these kind of like, sort of dirt floors or whatnot, greened out floors. But then we also climb up here and we sort of like not escape the greens, but now we just have it as our backdrop. Now we just have it as feeling like, part of this area that we sort of escape from. But then that door will take us to what seems like a small room. And what will we get in the small room? Ah, a bedroom. Now this could be for one of the kids, or I don't know if they're like little kids, bigger kids, or what have you. But a very clean room. What a responsible kid or young adult. A little drapery here and there, plenty of books, and a view of the stars. Ah, interesting. Now it's also interesting because it's like, wait, isn't the is that the actual window out there? It's magic. It's a magic window. So it's all good. Let's go ahead and retreat back. So it looks like, was there a room to, oh yeah, okay. So there's a path to like more stuff. For example, in this room, I don't know if it's a playroom of sorts, but we do have this kind of window setup that takes us to a work in progress. So this could easily be, they ran into budget limits, but this could easily be like a outdoor spot. But great dressing on this. Once they get around to it, yeah, they can just put a bunch of cool stuff out here, make it nice and bright and pretty. That's how I would look at this. Things would be like coming in, big old beams of light or whatnot if you want to. Very cool. Lots of potential there. All right, through here, I want to say this feels like a master bedroom of sorts. I mean, you're not going to have a normal bedroom that has a big old fireplace, right? But you have like this grander looking bed, big old backdrop with all the drapings and everything. Cool stuff too, because you can see like they have these Gildan tables that are being used to make like a bit more modest of a frame, but they did want to have like it look a little bit dressy. That's how you got to get those drapes up here. We go through and we can see like there's no bathroom yet, but this does take us to like this little window nook here. Very bright. Very colorful. I almost expected a bathroom, but I think it's over there. So it's like it's kind of like private sitting area. Not out here. You have like a little bit of like work going on over there. But then here's more like just a quiet spot. Like, everyone's making noise. Can't have that right now. I just want to get away. All right. We go through here and you can see how the room has been like shaped a little bit more with some of these pillars and some more of those Gildan tables. And then we enter the bathroom. Vanity for one, it looks like so far. But we have this really sick bathtub. Kind of climb in, boop, kind of scooch our way in, boom. And we're inside what looks like a trellis of sorts. No, okay, maybe not. So here we have, oh, okay, we have different stools that are being used to shape this together. Interesting. Yeah, a whole bunch of shelves that help to create this kind of like natural wooden bath. But then also you have like the cool fountain set up with the rocks and everything. And then it's all framed with like the kind of like ceramic-ish shape here. That's cool. And then up here, it's just a, I don't know, I'm not quite sure what this is actually. It's one bench. Ah, so it is a place to sit. So if you, so maybe this is for not just one person. You know, someone could be chilling here, someone just kind of laying across there or whatnot. That's cool. Yeah, great bedroom. Very strong on the themes too. But it almost looks like for one. And maybe that's the case. Maybe it's not like a mom and dad sort of house. Ooh, now this got arcaned up. All right. So is this a bedroom too? This is a bedroom as well. All right, so okay, now this is quite rich. So I was totally wrong about like the whole master bedroom setup. We'll just kind of like go with the flow here. Yeah, very rich setup here. Oh, I love the shapes and colors here. So here we have like the grand bed right under a big old gazebo. And then if you can kind of like breathe in like all the different smells and all the different greens that we're surrounded with. Very natural smell, and kind of like airiness to it. But also you have like these, you know, all the heavy drapes and the elegance that come from like this kind of like Kirin Tor vibe. Yeah, so we have our place to sit. We have all the fixins, fireplaces, bookshelves, and then what looks to be like an outdoor look. Yeah, complete with a bathtub, vanity. Yeah, so it's again like this very full looking bedroom. And then you also have like this outdoor view. So let's pretend here. Well, let's pretend that this is like kind of like either an outdoor spot or like a balcony of some sort, or just like a connection to the outside. And we can chill. We have our book ready. And then we got the glow of the moon and everything right behind us. So then we have like some candles that are back there. I'm not quite sure what that is there. It is a, oh, is that just one chamber stick? Really? It feels like that's something else. But I guess that is like a thing. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, cool outdoor setup here. It's a neat shot. Because it's like, it has a sense of realism, but also it almost looks like a painted sort of thing. You know, either depiction is fine. It just looks really good. All right. Yeah, it's like this. It's this mix of like nature and warmness that I'm getting as I go through this room, because it just has like again like all these like this different dance of colors, and it feels very very pleasant. All right, so we went through that one. So we explored the two bedrooms here. I think we're ready to kind of retreat a little bit, and we'll explore what's going on downstairs. I think there were like some other options that I was seeing here. Whoop. All right, so we're retreat away from like the sort of kids vibe. Pass by the battle stations, retreat back here again. And I think there was another option, wasn't there? Or there was another path? Or was I wrong? I was not wrong. Yes, we are this way now. Haha. So, we're making our way to the foods. Let's feast. And what do we have? We have the guest table. Very grand guest table, complete with huge carpet mat. Food's not being served quite yet. You know, but then things are kind of ready once things are ready. Here we have out around the area. Again, really strong purple theme. Lights and everything. Now, this is highly unique. These kinds of bar stool chairs that are using the Dranithus lights That's cool. That's very cool. It has a very club kind of feel to it, but it's not. It's made to be like this sort of like elegant spot, but at the same time, you know, yo, dude, we're drinking, we're serving stuff. It's this very nice wine bar. Not quite sure what this structure is supposed to be right here. Maybe it's like a big old cup of like liquor of some sort. Could be that. And then back here, you know, just some like decorative stuff to fill out the space. Yeah, great theme here. Love the lighting here. Yeah, it's a lot to soak in, including the those star banners and everything. So we got a spot there. Let me just take a quick peek. Just a quick peek. Oh, that's cool. I just noticed this table of sorts. It's actually one of those prisons. Is it a prison? Yeah, yeah. These prisons. They just flip the dude upside down and then ta-da, table. Plus cool lighting effects under it. That's neat. Very creative. Okay, that's gonna take us. Okay, that's a thing. We'll go there in a bit. But okay, cool. Now we're entering the kitchen. And oh, what a kitchen this is. Ooh, this looks good. Wow. That's a lot to soak in. There's a lot of incredible detail going on in here. Great shapes, very, very lived in sort of feel to it. And let's kind of like pan around because this is a lot to consume here. Now, those shelves, are those rugs? Yeah, those are doormats being used for like really thin shelf pieces. And check out how they're not perfectly even, which I find quite charming. I think that's a cool thing. It has a sign of use. It could be a bug for all we know, but just as it looks, that still feels really good. I still enjoy how this all comes together. But we're seeing a lot of heavily kit bash things. So never mind the details so far. Like just take a look at like the framing of everything. So we have like these big old Razorwind tables, bar tables that are being used to frame like the top here. We have these sturdy shelves at the bottom. You know, you can see how they're like sunk in. You know, never mind how that ends up actually looking because there's no trim. Yeah, that's not really a big deal. And then you have shelves of sorts. So here you have a basic shelf. Here you have the rugs that I was mentioning, cabinets right up top there, and then you have like this big old vent as the frame. And then we'll go around the rest of it a little bit later. But then like check out the smaller details that go into this. There's like this cake. We got this Murgle. Okay, maybe it's not an actual literal Murgle cake, but you know, you got a little chocolate cake with a Murgle on top. Some spilled coffee. Oh, now they spilled the coffee. Don't do that. Here we have a very kit bashed oven. A lot of little pieces that are going in here. It feels like, yeah, I got to break this down. So we have canvases that are mostly being used for this. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. There's very little that can give you like a pretty solid white color and these very sharp, these sharp lines here, if it wasn't like the canvas. And you have a number of things being used as like consoles, as buttons, handles, and what have you. We got a pie that's smoking in there. You also see that you can see like kind of a fire plus smoke effect that's down there too. Very cool. This is sick. Here we have all our prep happening. You know, all sorts of like prep tools being used, including leaves. No, those aren't leaves. They're like chopped up something or others, right? As things are being prepped. Oh, great stuff with seeing like the whole paper towel rack. We have our farmhouse sink of sorts here. And what I'm going to guess is, you know, I'm pretty sure that's like a dishwasher. Or it could be a washer dryer. And that's kind of the shape that it could be too. But I'm going to go with the dishwasher. Now, I find this neat too. They have like the open window set up here. Lights coming in. You know, we have a nice breeze that's shooting through the kitchen. And then up here we have our fridge. Again, now in this case, it's using what looks like doors. Yeah, so it's using carved doors in this case. And it's not just the door, it's like this big, it's like this part of the door. Because if I click it, then it's going to get all jacked up. Ta-da! Yeah, so we have like, oh no, I got both. So we have like that sort of illusion going on. Let me try to, I want to put that back. I'm going to fail at putting it back. And there we go. See, like it never happened. But yeah, great kit fashion here. Really, really good shapes. And then we kind of come back around here. So while outside, you know, there's nothing going on, we don't have any guests over, you know, it's just the family. So this is like the normal family table. We're just kind of doing our thing. We're going to have our food. And we got dessert waiting for us. We got more dessert that's like packed up, ready for, I don't know, whenever they feel like. They're adults, right? Yeah, great stuff. Oh, someone noticed that there were cushions on these stools as well. That is a very, very good touch. Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah, really, really good job. So return to the kind of like, kind of the bar area. Now we got to check out what's through this room. Because there's like a bit, oh, thank you. There's like a bit more going on. So we walk in. I'm trying to be careful how I'm looking at this. I want to make sure I see if I get everything right. So we walk through this closet area. And then I feel like this is where we hit the outside. And then we'll see like another house on the other end. That's amazing. So boom, we cross over. You can see how the transition sort of changes on us. And we have like this kind of like outdoor lighting setup. Really bright light that's coming in from the outside. So I think this is going to lead us outside too, right? Yeah, so I'll leave that door alone. I'll close that. And let's go out. Boop. Wow. Oh, this is so filled out. Damn. Walking stones as we come out. Oh, garden stuff here too. I'm going to zoom out some. Damn. You know, I could have swore I've seen this place. I have. Yeah. You know, I think the highlighting here, it's just not notifying me correctly. But yeah, I have seen this place. This is great. This is a great update. Because I kind of remember like this kind of upstairs area, and we go in up here. That's how I'm really catching this. But let's start. We'll look at this with fresh eyes, because for the most part, everything here feels very, very new. You know, lots of greens right up front. Again, like the illusion here is like immaculate. This outer porch area plus plants. That's all going. The plants are growing funny. That's that's kind of how that goes with the food that's available right now. But yeah, great stuff. Like it's filled out all around. Greenhouses. We have walls. We have this climb into one of the houses, I think. Yeah. Oh, that's neat. So this is kind of an outdoor spot still. Whether we have our place to like sit and just enjoy the sounds of outside, maybe kids are playing outside or what have you. Really, really cool. So let's climb down a bit. Yeah, vibes here are great. As we're like looking around here, everything feels so filled out. So going around here, now we're in this kind of like part, the middle area, which has this like park sort of feel to it. It's an English country garden, which we use as a community murder mystery event. Oh, that's neat. That's cool. Oh, I love that. How, you know, taking like these large environments and just making like really cool events out of these. That's awesome. That's hella cool. So again, we have like these, again, the small powered trellises, and everything's popping. Everything's looking great. Here's like the whole second house. You can see here, you have like these triangular plus square looking platforms being used as the roof, and then walls, pillars, boom, you have your house. You know, so it's a great way of setting up new environments, even if it can't really like go inside. Zooming in close here. We got places to like just enjoy some tea and what have you. And then here's like this kind of far shot that takes us back inside the house. Sick. Oh, that looks so good. And then, oh, thank you for opening this up. We enter not a crypt, but more like this kind of like private spot to do some flower arranging. So that's what it sort of looks like. You know, things are being like picked apart and then put together to make like fabulous gifts. Now, as for what's here, you know, they mentioned something about a murder mystery event, so there might be something to this little scroll here. So it might be, there might be a little something going on. You know, whoever's been here, they've been here for a while because you got mushrooms coming out of this thing. You know, so whoever's been here, one, they've been here for a while, but two, no one else noticed. Or at least no one else is talking about it. Mm-mm-mm. You know why? Because no witnesses. Everyone here is dead. Haha! Surprise! It's definitely not the vibes that I got from looking at this place. It seems like it don't, you know what? Maybe it seems too perfect. That could be the thing. Now let's climb up this. Now I find this very unique too. We have like these multi-layered climb that we have here. So we climb up here, we climb up here to another like sitting spot. And I guess there's another way to go up to that level. I guess if I go down here and notice how I'm kind of like it's kind of like a ramp. These rugs are being used to make this whole hill kind of shape. That's neat. And then we climb up this, boom, 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 and we get to this upper area. Where again, we have these suspicious mounds. What could it be? I don't know. Could be nothing. Could be dead bodies. But now let's climb up. Because like there's this one area here where we can like sit and observe. Yeah, great shot. Oh, that looks so good. Killer layout. And then we have like one more spot to rest. Out there, that takes us like inside. Actually, we can just get kind of a peek at what's going on in there. Because I think here, is there like a door? No, no door. That just kind of ends the illusion. So I want to jump down and just kind of pan out one more time. Just so we can like see the whole layout from up here. Yeah, notice how it's super duper closed off. You know, great yard. Great house. Yeah. Oh, this is really, really well done. Did I get everything? Did I see everything? Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Chimneys too. That's neat. That's very neat. Yeah, I think we have seen everything. They said no secret rooms or nothing like that, and I'm pretty confident that I've seen every room here. Yeah, great place. Fantastic. All right. I'm suddenly like super hungry. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I might run down real quick to get like a quick snack. Last thing I want to do is fall over. That's what I get for gym stuff, man. Oh, it kind of wears me out. All right. Yeah, I'll leave this up because we're gonna go to US realms in just a bit. So I will be right back. Alrighty, let's go over to U.S. realms, shall we? Ooh. So that's what I get for having breakfast. Oh man, I'm not used to having breakfast normally. Like, I'll have breakfast on the weekends, but usually not during weekdays. Ooh. See, that's what I get because this morning, um, I've been making oatmeal for my parents because they're like, "Oh, we love your oatmeal. It's great. It's fantastic." I'm like, "Okay, well, awesome." But then I'll have some myself, and then I get peckish or whatever. Two, three, four, five. There are 3 more spots for next week's queue. I should check my mail. Yeah, it's a lot of alchemy money. Yeah. All right, so let's go over to number 4. All right. 33. All right, this one's gonna be, wow, 22 rooms. Oh boy. All right. Oh, we got a number of folks over here. All right. Ooh. Okay, people are swarming. Holy cow. Okay. All right, this is Tempt Me's place, Rovin Razorwind, and we are greeted with guests. There are a number of folks here from, what is this, Children of the Sunwell. So we've got a little bit of a guild feature going on here. Now, to our immediate right, giant statue, which is just kind of staring down the house, being like, "Yo, I'm going to take over." And then this house is like, "No, you're not." And this dude's like, "Yeah, I am, because I'm like way cooler than you." And then this place is like, "Well, I'm an actual house." And then this is like, "Oh, okay, damn, got me there." So it was a quick fight. Now we do have paving stones that take us, towards the entrance, but also to this cool spot to hang out in, overlooking the beach and a couple of other neighbors and stuff. And this is where, you know, Jeff and Bethany can be like, "Oh my God, look at the neighbors. They still haven't developed their house." Like, "Oh my God, they've been here for like years. They haven't done anything yet. That's going to bring the property value down of our place." Oh my God. But it's okay. They're guildmates. It's all right. Let's see. One of the bosses, everyone here is a boss because I can't tell who's who quite yet. But they're being very, very welcoming, offering food before we go in. I'm actually not undead now, so I can actually like get some snackies and whatnot. I'll actually just take the statue. Like, oh, thanks for the statue. Back here, we have this cool backdrop. Now, these trees are not part of the lot, but I do like how this all ends up like kind of coming together because it creates this really cool shot. We're going through like these very, very large greens because it's a very, very large house and we need to support that somehow. Go toward the back and we have, right by the auto watering system, a place to like sit for our work and all that. We're sort of fenced off by these greens here. That's kind of like where we stop. But our behind the house, nothing much up here. Everything's going to be is meant to like mostly just the top, and we'll see what's above too, because that's how it goes with a lot of houses. You never know. There might be other things above us too. Oh, wow. More people showing up. So, as for what we have up here, let me send on this spire. We have three different spires, several different spires to check out for like lived-in areas. Place to like bathe. Okay, that's an interesting way to do it. It's like, yeah, well, let's have the hot tub up here. You do your soak, you come out, you're at the higher elevation. Ooh, you're gonna get blasted with like the cold. But we're in Razorwind, so maybe it's not that cold up here. But it could be. Maybe it feels good though, I don't know. Here you got your place to smoke, vibe and chill. Other place here, you got a place to eat. Oops. Let's not be that clumsy. There you go. And a place to eat or drink, enjoy a read. Yeah. And then I think there's like something here in the middle too. Let's see. One place for sitting. Neat. Yeah, so very established setup that I have here. Again, it feels like it's a cool spot to have like multiple places for folks to like hang out, do like some role play, and they're very accommodating. Like this person has been relentless. Like, yo, eat. Like, I mean, just to look at their face, just like, are you gonna eat or what? This is like Sassy Dragon put into elf form. Actually, this might be a Sassy Dragon for all we know. And she's gonna get pissed if we don't have anything to eat. Now, I think we are ready to check out what's going on inside. Well, I thought I was mounted. I was not. Or at least, wait, I'm not on a normal mount, am I? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's go in though. Don't drink it. It's a sedation potion. Well, sometimes I can get pretty excited. So that could be how it goes. All right. So we go in, and we're not the only ones going in. You know, we're invited to maybe have some wine, some drink. The notes here say there are 3 floors and 22 rooms. So we're kind of setting expectations here. You know, it feels like it's going to be like kind of a guild house or a warband house, something of that sort. And so we're going to see like what sorts of room style we're going to encounter. Are we going to see the kinds that give very distinctive flavors as to like, hey, this is like who the person is with race and class and personalization, or not? And we'll explore that together. But when we first go in, we're invited into like this kind of like public spot. Everyone can sit, hang out, and they are right now. You know, whether they're like making plans or playing games or whatnot, like right over here. If they want to enjoy themselves in front of the fire, and again, like have some snacks. And these folks are going to be going about their business and doing their things. You know, if they want to be like doing their reads and whatnot. Or if they want to pet the giant puppy. Pet, pet, pet. Of course. And then each corner here, you know, these kinds of like small isolated places for folks to do their thing. It's not like we're forced to be social or anything like that. Now through here, we have a couple of options. There's a stairwell room over there. There's another stairwell room over here. And well, there are nothing but stairwell rooms. So which way to go first? When presented with a lot of the same choices, we're going to go left, as always. And here we have like this kind of like grand dining hall of sorts. I mean, we saw the kitchen back there, but this seems to be the spot you want to go to for, you know, when everyone happens to be home. Or at least most people happen to be home. Now, it looks like we're expecting folks because food's out, shots are like ready to go. You know, things are ready to be served as soon as people like actually sit their butts down and show up. Now here we have like some minimal prep. It's not like the full kitchen in this case. You know, it's coming out from like the other end, but in here it's just like for other refreshment or like warming things up or setting up shots and whatnot. Like, yo, come get another round. All right, let's go. They can go over there and grab some more shots. They can go to the racks here, get some refills on wine. And otherwise, you know, some work is going on the other end. So it's kind of like you doing this whole multi-purpose thing. It's not like we have just this room is the dining room, just this room is this. You know, there seems to be like multiple purposes as you go around each room and go around each corner. Now, interestingly enough, while it's an open air sort of spot, we need to go through a secret shelf to explore the upper areas. It's a big shelf, by the way, almost comically big. Oh, and we have a washroom. Yeah. No, it's a straight up bathroom. Okay, now that's something. You have your walk-through bathroom, which is quite brave. It was like, here I am. You know, it's like, yo, I'm like doing my thing. People are gonna walk by, they're gonna side eye, and you'll be like, yo, dude, some privacy here. And then they're gonna be like, dude, my room's upstairs. What, you got a problem with it? No. But actually, I do have a problem with it. It's like, you gotta knock before you can actually like even go through here and go through the rest of the house, okay? Like, I got my thing to do. But let's go through and proceed. The scale on this is pretty crazy, you know. Pretty large objects to kind of fill things out. You know, more corners to fill out so we can like sit. And they also, check it out, they added a little bit more up here. Yeah, so here's like normally the top of the stairwell room. But then we have like boop, 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 climb up. And then we have like this sort of like open air bedroom that we have. Little puppy to hang out with. Here's where we sleep. Just kind of take the drapes and close things off. It's all good. But then we have this sort of climb. Big steps that we're going up to. And then another. Oh, interesting. So privacy ain't that big of a thing here with this warband or with this guild. It's like, yeah, you got to walk through. You got to walk through. If someone's knocking boots, oh, well, you know, we'll give them a big thumbs up as we're walking by. Carry on. I'm just going to bed. No problem here. It just goes to show everyone's friendly. Everyone's getting along. They have to because everyone's walking in on each other's privacy. Now up here appears to be the kind of public square. You know, this is the boss's chair where they can, I don't know, address the audience, or they can take requests where, you know, loot disputes are settled in Makara and all that. And I have a feeling we're going to be in a pretty sprawling build because I have like, I came from here and then I have like other options here to go like up and down, and I'm going to get lost in here really, really fast. In fact, I think I almost am. So we'll do our best. Make sure we keep our sanity in here as we go through the kind of labyrinth. I'll check out the treasure room. Nice. They also kept dead bodies here. That's something. That's something. You want to keep that smell? It's all good. It's fine. It's open air. You got like the chandeliers up constantly running, so it's trying to keep the smell out. It's all good. It is all good. So let's pan around and start checking out rooms. So we have got people here, so it's kind of drawing my attention. Now we happen to be at the top of a stairwell room, and it looks like they carved out a room here too. Very interesting because, you know, we've been seeing beds, which tells me, okay, these are some of the rooms that we're referring to, but I've yet to like go through like a regular door and be like, okay, here's a room, and then here's the thing in it. So all of these builds have been very, very unique in the presentation and everything. So for example, like here we're going through a bathroom, but then there's like a bedroom right up here. Now here we do have privacy. Whoever lives here in this room, they lucked out. They totally lucked out. Because at least they have their own private washroom, and bath, and toilet. And there's no one walking through here. Very nice. No one's peeking through from here either, unless they can fly, which may or may not be the case. But yeah, I would say that so far, this is the safest bedroom of them all. It is a bit open air. You know, that's all good. But I do like that they have their privacy intact. All right, so now we're going to climb down. I think we're going to be doing a lot of that. Climbing down, climbing up, climbing down, climbing up. As we try to understand the layout here. Very interesting here. You know, we're climbing down, and all of a sudden we have like this kind of like alchemy shelf space here. You know, things are stored. There's like research books right here. Very interesting. So let's climb down. We're going back into the main room. Place for drinks too. Drinks, studying, mostly relaxing. We even have like this little spot for like pets to like climb up, so they don't have to like injure themselves if they want to like come up and play. Safety first, right? I know that like our little furry friends, they love to like jump up on couches and jump down whenever they can, but you want to keep them as safe as possible, make sure they don't have injuries later in life. Just give them a set of stairs, train them to go up and down those, and you know, that'll help out a lot. But yeah, very lived in space here is what I'm getting out of this. You know, we're seeing this very large build, but then they still managed to put lots of like little personalization here and there, which is a little bit hard to do, but it's working out great so far. All right, so we didn't go through there yet. That was the grand hall-ish. That's the entrance. So now we are, in fact, going through here now into the kitchen proper. And here's the grill that supports the guild. They threw down money for this one. They wanted to give themselves like the biggest grill, so that way everyone will be able to like eat on time. It's not like, okay, some people have their stuff ready, everyone else, oh, you came in kind of late, too bad. But we have this heavily kit bashed setup. Very simple shapes too. Guild lane wall 1, 2, 3. That's like most of it. From there, you have like your loader on fences right up top. As the grill, you have this kind of classic look where you have barrels plus the upside down chandelier to give off that sort of feel of like an open burner. These don't happen to open up, and if they did, they would be like super bright inside because these chandeliers would like super brighten up whatever the contents are in there. So it stays highly immersive. You know, I dig the look here. All right, so we go across, and we have like this kind of like two-layered thing. That's very smart, actually. This works out really well. This two-layered thing of the razor wind shelves. So you have like the lower area, then you have this upper area that creates this whole kind of like back wall surface. So it happens to be the same surface. Maybe that feels a little bit awkward. Maybe it could be a different color. I don't know. But it still works out great. We have our sink area. We got drinks. We got coffees. We have our like pantry sort of area. Here we have like the kind of informal dine-in. And there they are. They're feasting. They're just having like their snacks and what have you. While other folks, they're like doing their like, you know, their special dinner, like whatever. And then back here, oh, okay, storage and prep stuff. Nice. Nice. Lots of little objects here to give off the sense of a you know, a very well-stocked team. Really cool. And of course, plenty of wine. Heck yeah. Reptar guards the wine. Make sure everything stays safe. Over this corner, more areas for snacks. It's like, yo, we're going to have like, so let me get a plate of this. Let me get some shots. Let me put some flavor in the shots or what have you. Grind things up. Nice. So it has this kind of like a buffet style. Like, yo, just grab a plate, serve yourself. Here are the Miss Murgles. They are monitoring the situation. Make sure everyone's keeping the peace. Because you got to have some security in here. Or they're just watching the gnome. They're like, yo, that dude looks really shifty. Got to keep an eye on him. All right, let's climb because we have yet to find. It's been a little while since we found a bedroom. But now, as we're going up, notice how we have like this kind of like this tribal, this kind of troll vibe that we're running into all of a sudden. He's happy. He's like, this is my part of the house. Yeah, this is the best part. And over here in this corner, we have like a very, you haven't seen too much of this, where we see like this very heavy Arakoa section. Now it's kind of fusing a little bit with, actually, no, that is all Arakoa stuff. Yeah, that's cool. The Arakoa fans out there appreciate that. And we have kind of rounded ourselves out, and we return to the Warcraft room again. So there is going to be a part here where we're going to explore like a lot more house. And it's probably that way. So I think we should look at this stairwell room next. Excuse me. Which we already did. Okay, cool. Yeah, I came up here, then I went down there, and then I came up here again. Okay, I think we're good. We're good. So now we're going into definitely more house. And we have, once again, options. Fell stuff that way. Tropical elf stuff that way. Natural, I don't know, night elven stuff this way. But first off, this room. So this is more or less a transition room that takes us into different spots. And we can see here some really strong themes. Paladin stuff right up in this corner. We have priest stuff over in this corner, followed by mage things and more mage things. Oh, I sense some bias here. So let's go into the mage spot first, because it looks like we're seeing like different themes as well, because now we're seeing what feels like a very strong druid and night elf theme. Pretty cool. Now, as for whether it's a bedroom or not, I don't know. It could just be giant pillows that are depicting like, okay, cool. Nope, that's a bedroom. Most definitely. Druids live here. They just sit on their big butts, their big bare butts, and they're fine. But then there's also another place to kind of like lay down and sleep if they wanted to do something like that. And in this corner, oh, a heavy monk theme all of a sudden. Ooh. As we go in a little bit further, now I'm seeing like different, it's a mix of things. So we have the Herondar vibes up in this corner. Over here, though, we get like these very strong shamanistic vibes. You know, the totem obviously speaks for a lot of it, but then we see a bunch of smaller themes here too. So maybe it's just more or less shaman stuff plus some race representation here and there. Maybe it doesn't cover like everyone that it would, could, should, but it feels like it's going for class first and then race. So here's all the warrior branding right over here, right? This is cool because sometimes I've seen like kind of like big old class halls of sorts around a big rectangular, or not rectangular, an octagonal room, rounded room. In this case, though, we're going into whole rooms that are very dedicated to these different classes. So they're being depicted with like blacksmithing kind of related stuff, even engineering kind of related stuff. So it's a cool mix. I like this. I like this a lot. Now, as for how this is all, oh boy, orientation here. I guess it helps that the boss is here to just kind of like walk me through. Now, in this spot, obviously like a strong blood elf theme, but as for what class? Hard to tell. Perhaps this is just mostly a blood elf theme. And what do blood elves do best? Enjoy luxuries and all that stuff. Drinks and snacks and pies and all that. Smokes, they can just lay down, chill, relax. That's what I'm getting out of this. Oh, yeah. So while I heard 20-something rooms, they weren't necessarily referring to bedrooms. I'm sure we'll find more of those. But what I'm getting out of this is just this really, really strong representation. It's very effective as well. So we'll climb up, see more of this blood elf stuff. And then from here, it looks like we're going to probably transition into some dwarf-related things. Here we have like a bunch of paintings plus great vaults. So not exactly a sign of like Dracula-related stuff. But yeah, let's see if I'm right. Are we going to see dwarf stuff? Not really. Not exactly. I mean, we do have like some of these other table works and whatnot. But, oh, okay, this is cool. So what's happening here? We're kind of in a painting room. So here we are. We sit. We sit that way. Can I sit this way? Nope. Oh, well. We would sit here. And then we would like paint maybe this depiction of the Murgles here. Now, here's what's interesting. I noticed that there are handles here. It's just that maybe these are like one of those like folding doors or something like that. So maybe it's a way to, you know, for them to have their own privacy in their room. That could be a thing. We have a lot of creatures that are living here. A lot of Miss Murgles that are like hanging out, doing their thing. They have their own little beds, places to relax. They just like guards. And we climb up, hello. And we can enjoy the gallery up here. Just pleasant things to please the eye. Yeah, gallery is quite full too. We're really digging the outdoor look here too. Yeah, nice. Now as we go across, dwarf stuff, dwarf stuff, dwarf stuff. Nope, definitely not that. Very much void stuff. These are great depictions. I'm a little surprised that we have. Well, I guess that's kind of the point, is to use these white floors as kind of contrast to show like these deeper purples and blues and blacks. So here you have like the big old barricade. That's how separate is here. What if they're void dwarves? Good point. Good point. This could be a very progressive story showing us how things are faring in the war against Zelatath, and we're not doing so great because the dwarves have joined up as well. Yeah, really love the theme and the lighting here, though. Looks very, very good. We even have like a little conference table to enjoy our void teas and all that. And then we have a portal to who knows where, followed by drapes that'll take us to, okay, that's a work in progress, so that's nice and easy. And then that'll take us a bit further in. So I'm gonna presume that this might be a dead end, and we'll see where this takes us. Now this happens to be, okay, this is very interesting. So because we have, I think, like pillars or a trellis here, but then we also have a void console here to create the overhang. Where will this take us? Oh, to a different dimension, that's for sure. To the Z dimension. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So let's climb down. We have this obvious void. I'm sorry, this fell heavy theme. We haven't seen that in this build yet. As we get to the bottom, rogue stuff. All the edgelordy. Oh yeah, this is where the edgelords hang out. Heck yeah. So hardly a departure from anything. We're just sticking on theme. So this is where like the warlock hangout is. Warlocks and all their friends. You know, they need a little warlock playground. They need like the imps need toys, the Felguards need like target dummies and all that stuff. That'd be fun. There's more upstairs, I have no doubt. I haven't even gone up to the 3rd floor, I don't think. So don't worry. There is, I know there's plenty of house to look at here. But as soon as I run into a spot, then I'll like turn back. Now this spot, I think this is the transition spot that we were looking at. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we did kind of do a roundabout. Um, we went, oh boy, let me double check. Okay, so I came through here. That was the warrior stuff, right? Yeah, shaman stuff, warrior stuff. This is the opulent elf stuff that we saw as well. And then priest stuff. Okay. Then that was all the edgelord stuff. I think I'll backtrack. I think that's the best way for me to do it. So let's go back through the portal. And then I think we're going this way. So this is a second painting room. Yeah, we saw one painting room. That was with the Murgles and stuff. So this is more like kind of a transition-y painting-ish library room. And then from here, the boss is leading me to the treasure room. Ooh, it's the vault of sorts. Interesting. So we have like several depictions of like either treasures or like just vault looking structures. So you want to open your great vaults? Here you go. You get gold, get everything. And now we go through. So we saw some troll depictions a little bit before. Now we're kind of going back to that with some heavy use of different troll related decor. Oh wow! And then we're gonna see like this whole Herondar kind of theme. Yeah, that's neat. So like all sorts of folks are being represented throughout this entire house. It's a sprawling build. It's huge, dude. Now we'll cross over into this Herondar spot. Places for folks like Miss Murgle to hang out. A little bit of treasure stuff. Place to sleep. Kind of bathe. This here is the end. So I think I can like backtrack, but I think there was like something that I had something about a hidden bathroom. I was looking at the notes. Unless that was the hidden bathroom that was going up those or was it the walkthrough bathroom? that was it. Because that was comedy for sure. Yeah, so here's the Murgle bedroom. So we have seen everything. Okay, that was one in the stairwell. Okay. I gotta say, I was greatly amused by that. Nice. Yeah, huge. You know, at first I was like intimidated. I was like, okay, layouts like these are really dangerous because they often end up leaving me kind of lost. But in this case, they're done in such a way that, once you get to like one wing, it just kind of like let's say like right here in this certain spot, everything just kind of like loops back into itself, right? And then there's only one direction you go when you want to progress to like the next part of the house. And to me, that's really important because otherwise, if things were like, okay, it loops here, and then if you go here, you can eventually like end up on the that becomes like really disorienting. So, thank you for not disorienting that much. This is something that I'd be able to get used to, because there are quite a few times when I'm going through these very sprawling builds, and I'm like, oh no, are we going to have? I need to like try to mentally remember, like I went this way, then I went this way, so I shouldn't go that way, and so on and so forth. So, thank you very much. Where's the rest of the cast? We're here in the we're here in the boss's room, but if they're still around, if they want to do a quick pose, because you guys were part of the build too. I'd love to have them come back real quick for, just take a bow. Unless they're busy. I don't want to. Oh, there's one. So do you guys like do events and all that stuff here? Any like role play things that happen? And is it the three of you, or are there more? I think I saw like a couple, at least three of you guys. Oh, there we go. I knew there was like one tall guy. But yes, feel free to take a moment. This is your time if you want to take a quick bow or what have you. Go for it. But yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for showing me your guys' place. Yeah, I was like scared. I was like, oh man, am I gonna get like a really lost here? And thankfully I did. But yeah, and I was totally thrown off too. Like I thought I was gonna see like one room, like just like a series of hallways and a bunch of bedrooms and whatnot. But no, we saw like these really distinct themed rooms that every now and then had a bed hanging out there. But I think it was very unique. So cool stuff. There are nine of us coming and going. All right. Oh yeah, and there's the Warlock too. Yay! You can turn to yeah. All right. I'll take one more shot. And I think we're ready to head to our fifth place for the day. This is going to be Dietrich's house. All right. So thanks again, guys. Much appreciated. And away we go to 31. 31. Hey, that's my number. I'm one of those people, oh, what's your lucky number? That sort of thing. What's up, Zabrit? Oh, all right. This will be a trip. All right. Okay. Look at the ship first, then... Okay, so I have some instructions here. Shouldn't be so bad. Oh, okay, this is neat. All right, this is Dietrich's place. We're over in Founders, and this is a very unique kind of airship structure that they set up for themselves. It has like a very futuristic vibe to it. Like it's a thing that you see in Star Wars or something like that. This is very cool. Really good shaping on this. I think this is, it's a unique shape, but it's also really well done. So we got to admire like how this is all working out. So one, it's powered by wine. Through the power, not only does it zip by and have a total like vertical takeoff and landing kind of thing, but it's also delicious. And you also get kind of trashed here. But yeah, check out the shaping on this thing. Really neat. Like the bottom of the V shape here, you can see like the slightly tilted platforms. Here, I'm not quite sure exactly what structure this is. Oh, okay, that's just part of the shed. Okay, so the nose of the ship, you can see like these multiple beams that are brought together, but then you also have the shed that helps to create that rounded shape. Yeah, it's like a helicarrier, right? It also even has like its own mounted laser, our own little like lookout and everything. Really cool though, because again, it's using these storage sheds, and it's utilizing the studs here to kind of like bring the rest of the ship together. So you have what looks like, okay, that's like a shelf there. There's like some shelves or tables here, and then beams that help to bring these together, different colors and everything. And then the house, as usual, it's used as like kind of like the rear of the ship. These are some really clean lines. I like these. That's dope. So yeah, I really like this shape. It looks simple, and it is kind of simple looking, but it's just really clean. Highly convincing. Yeah. So let's head inside and see what we got. All right, as soon as we go in, it feels like we've entered like through like the cargo hold of some sort. That's kind of how that usually goes. We have little thingies we can click, yay. And I was instructed to look at the ship first, then go through the portal in the initial cargo hold. So that is a portal, and I will not go that way. I will explore the ship first, as instructed. So again, I guess I was right. This is the cargo hold. You know, you have um your equipment here. Oh, they even set up studs. Oh, that's a good touch. See those little studs right there? To prevent like things from like moving around too much. Very good. Very good. Didn't do quite the same thing for those barrels. That's going to be extremely dangerous, but you know, you can't cover every single detail, right? We can't get too nitpicky over here. So we have like an upper level here. Oh, this is very neat. Love the shaping on this, dude. We go through and we enter the mess hall. You know, with things that have been kind of like knocked over because hey, you know what, sometimes the ship will make sudden movements, things get knocked over, it's all good. But otherwise, you know, assuming that things just are kind of like nailed down and aren't gonna fly all over the place. Sick. We have like this kind of basic kitchen setup. All the pantry stuff is back there. Food's ready to go. Drinks, of course, ready to be served. You got to keep that crew happy. But check this out. This is like the officers' table, right? This is where they got like the fine dining, whether it's the officers or if it's like guests or what have you. You know, this could be like some sort of like pleasure ship or whatnot, where it's like, okay, this is like the regular crew, you know, again, guests, senior staff, that sort of thing. But then back here, and I would want to assume that they would like want a bit of privacy because there's like some shrouds there, and maybe they could use some shrouds here too. This is where the captain sleeps. Mm-mm-mm. Nice. Very, very cool. They made the inside look similar to the outside. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sick. All right. So that's this part of the floor here. We go through. The hall walls are slanted because, oh, I just noticed. I didn't notice that detail either. Oh, dude, that's really good. Oh, yeah, that's neat. That's really neat. And that's how it is for like all of these walls here. You can see back here, you can see some of the clip um, where the bending of the walls gets a little weird, but whatever, no big deal. Just overlook it. No, that is a great, great point of detail. Thanks for showing that. I totally didn't notice. Wow. Good stuff, dude. Good, good stuff. So let's go upstairs. Yeah, and they were consistent with that whole tilting of the walls the whole way through. Is it too late to get on the list? Let me see. There's allegedly one more spot. Allegedly. Nope, actually it's full. Nope, sorry. Sucks. All right, so we get up top here. And we got cannons. Nice. Ah, that's sick. So how is this? So we have fence posts. Fence posts and the barrels that are being used as kind of the industrial parts of the cannons. We have like 6 of these guys, and you can see each one. Oh, they fit so great. Crates, beams, tables, and just like that. That's really good. Really, really good work on that. Oh, and then there's more. There's more cannons. Uh, over another wing. So that'll take us outside to the upper deck. I'll look there later. We'll go there later. So more cannon setups. Nice. Dude, this ship is armed. And then back here, the cat. Wait, hold on. Oh, dude. Oh, that's good. Okay, this is like part of a fleet of ships. But two, cloud cover. We have whole depictions of clouds and whatnot on the outside. That is dope, dude. That is really, really cool. So somewhere up here, maybe, are like light sources to really brighten up the spots. I mean, it might just be the windows that are helping to do that. But yeah, this whole depiction of like clouds, oh, that's sick. That's sick, dude. Very, very neat. And they're easy, low poly depictions too. Those are just like, barrels thing. Yeah, more of the wine barrels. Just a big old crate to have as the depiction of the actual house. That's neat. That's neat, dude. Yeah. That was a very pleasant surprise. And then okay, then things get even higher. But first, there's like this upper deck here to check out, which takes us above deck. Oh, dude, I think that's like Dalaran. Okay, I think that's supposed to be Dalaran. I think that's supposed to be ICC, something like that. And then there's there's the horde ship. Oh, so are we on that? I forgot the name of the ship, but yeah, we might be on one of the Alliance gunships, but it's like one of several. That's dope, dude. That's dope. So here's the shot. Oh, that's sick. That is cool. Very, very cool. And what's neat about this is, here we are on this side, but then on the other end, you had like the rear, and that took us to another skybox room that showed us the back of the ship. That's really good. Oh, that's really good. Fantastic, dude. All right, so and I'm looking at this thing, and okay, yeah, budget is almost filled out. Great work, though. These are some very, very convincing depictions. I love the whole thing about, seeing the front and the back of the ship. That's really, really good. Yes, I am highly immersed. Like there are no rooms here. This is just like, upper deck, lower deck, and all that. So now we go up here, and now we enter like the actual, just like the actual gunships. Nice. Oh no! And then wait, what's ahead? This is okay. Not this was not a outdoor setup, but then this looks as if we're about to drop. We're on that upper level where we go into the upper spire, right? So like here's like ICC, and then there's like down there is Deathbringer Sarfang. Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. I mean, it's one thing to be like, yeah, you're on an airship and blah blah blah, but no, this is like telling the story or giving the whole depiction of the Astran Citadel storyline. So good, dude. Damn. And then check out like the way that they domed out this upper deck. Beams, they kind of come together. Not that much of a rounded shape, but there's not a whole lot you can do on that. I mean, maybe this would be highly complicated. I don't know what the actual ceiling of the Alliance gunship is supposed to look like, but maybe we can try like rounded elven tables, but that's gonna be like a whole different budget story. What's being depicted here looks great. Yeah. And then you said the Lich King's up there too? I can't really see it. You can kind of see a little tiny dot there. Yeah, you can barely see like the hint of the Lich King up there, which I believe is just one of those chess pieces, because you can see like there's chess pieces here, and I think that's just one of them right up top. That's great, dude. Yeah, that's hella neat. Because you have like all those little like things there. Okay, I can't click through the window, but yeah, you have like mostly beams and what looks like, okay, those spikes, it could be from the Forsaken banner for all I know. Yeah, very well done though. So, and then down here is just some like piping. Yeah, just some piping here that's set up. So now I think we're ready to climb down. We're ready to go down a bit, and then we'll make our way. Um, we'll make our way through that portal spot, and then we'll explore a little bit more. Dude, these cannons are dope. These are hella cool. Make our way down, down, down. Then we hit the okay, mess hall's over there, and now we have to see what's going on here. Uh, now look up and portal to town to sell. So this is if we like finished. So we leave, and we're entering what feels like not Dalaran, or it could be Dalaran. It could be one of the forges or whatnot. Ancient Reminder can't fit on the ship. It's a lot. It's a lot of space that would be taken up. So are we in Thaldras's? Oh, you know, you're right. It does have that kind of feel to it, huh? So let's get out of here. Little scrapping machine and all that here. And this feels like Dalaran. Yeah. Cause right? Sewers. I feel like I am. Oh, that's sick, dude. Or is it Thaldras's? No, it's got to be. I feel like I'm in Dalaran of sorts. It's got to stick with the whole ICC theme. But I'm also thinking of this teleporter. Wait, are we in Silvermoon City? Oh, dude, that okay. I was totally wrong then. Damn, dude. Really great depiction though. Like I was thrown off because I was like, wait a minute, aren't I in we're in the whole ICC story. Now we're in Silvermoon. Still a big wow. And of course, great illusion. The whole thing's like cut off. We have like the whole sewer area that's back there. Great construction on this part. Like it's made so that from every angle, you know, you are in the city. And some really busy work here too. Like here you have like these different let's see, beams are using to line the whole bottom of the spots, curved elven tables. And then I don't even know what's at the door. I should take a look and see what is behind this. We get mysterious. It's all good. Oh wow, dude. Yeah, great stuff on the buildings, the scale of this. It's cool because it's very cohesive, right? Like this is like very much a portal that takes us to like you know, back to the ship. So boom, now we're back. You know, so I feel like I'm on the ship once again. You know, and the depictions here, they are highly convincing. They work to scale. They even match the outside of the house with the whole shaping and everything. There's even like little, let me go back here, like little versions of more ships, which is that's just really good. Yeah, fantastic. 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 You can sit on the fountain's edge right in front of the other door. Let me see if I can understand what we're trying to see there. So fountain's edge right in front of the other door. Boop, boop. And somewhere here. And the crate outside the portal. These are always hard to see. So you'll have to forgive me if I don't immediately find these. It's like, place to sit, sit. Oh, there it is. Boop. Yay. Danglies and everything. Great build, dude. Great build. Love the way that this all came together. It worked out fantastically. All right. So yeah, here's the engineering spot, and then the blacksmith spot is like right here. If I'm thinking of the new Silverman City, I barely remember the old layout now at this point. But yeah, sick stuff, dude. And that does round out the 5 places that we visited for today. So I want to give a very big thanks to those who let us visit. And of course, thanks to everyone who's been joining me for this. We'll have some more soon, but yeah, we have a few minutes. I'll hang out for a bit. What add-on do I use to see what things are made of? It's not an add-on, actually. So when you're at anyone's place, including your own, there's this little thing here that says inspect decor. It's a new feature that came out from this patch. So you can hit inspect decor, and then from there you get the little magnifying glass, and then you can hover and you can see things. You can see what's what. I think my add-ons might be causing a conflict here, but typically when you mouse over, you'll be able to see what the decor is, as well as if it's dyed, it's going to show you like the dye that's being used to do that. But otherwise, like I just like click on these things, and so I can identify like what the shapes are and everything. Like I said, I think there's like some add-on conflict that is making things look funny. But yeah, very useful, especially in cases like these when we're like doing visits and we want to take a closer look at how is this being like assembled and everything. So this is the great way to do it. I'll make those in my house, but none others. Yeah. So you can see like pretty much everything. Also, and again, also very useful is you're able to see which dyes are being used for like a thing. So highly useful. Is there a vendor that sells tombstones or headstones yet in game? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's coming in the patch. I thought I saw headstones in there, but I might be wrong. It is in the next patch? Okay. Yeah, so they're coming soon. I mean, right now, folks have been using all sorts of different objects for that, which are like, kind of, which kind of feels natural because they're just used like whatever material they can find to make a thing. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can troll some more people. I'm just gonna put this up again. I'll just leave it like this for a bit, just to see. Let's see what people do over the next few minutes. Yeah, this again. So. Always fun. Always fun. I haven't checked my vault yet either. Then again, I mean, now that me and my team, now that we finished the OTC, now it's just very chill. So I guess I'm just getting mythic gear just to get mythic gear. I still have this is a new one. This is a new one. So where will this one take you? Huh? Find out. Okay, let me double check my count here because I don't know if this counted correctly. So let me see how many people did sign up. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there should be one more. So it counted wrong. So I'm going to open one more spot. Weird. Boop. All right, one more spot is open. Good luck if you're going for it. Only 2 people from the EU signed up. Oh no! Come on. I wonder if it's a time zone thing. You know, because I'll tell folks, yo, EU folks, but I think it just kind of goes to also show. It also goes to show I don't reach a whole lot of people in the EU, which is kind of a bummer. Oh, I know it's evening and everything. But I also try to, you know, definitely let people know, okay, this is when the queues open up and all that. And like here on the US side, 10 o'clock in the morning for a lot of folks is, you know, the middle of work. So, oh well. But I do want to try to get not exactly an even representation because I know that most of my audience does, you know, is from the US. Thanks for the flashback. You're welcome. So I don't know what I'll do. I do have a time lapse of the construction here, but not me dying it because that's very boring. Yeah, but it wasn't so bad. Like I used an add-on for it because God, which one was it? Advanced decor tools, I believe, because that let me very quickly like copy dye channels and then paste it onto like new decor with just a quick click. It was that one or some other add-on, I forgot. But otherwise, I don't like how that add-on, it does a lot. Yeah, they put a lot in there. So Control got in? Yeah, Control, you got in. And again, if there's anyone who's interested in doing a group sign up, it's got to be 5 people, no more, no less. Just DM me over on Discord, and then we can start talking that through. Yeah, the folks that sign up on the EU, fantastic. I really, really appreciate those who do. I just want more. Of course, that means that there's like fewer US visits. It's like, oh no. So it's too common. Yeah, I think that like it does too much at once. Here, let me, I have a few minutes. Let me see if I can figure out how to like get what I want, but not use what I don't want to use. So it's called advanced decor tools or something like that. There you go. Like, I don't want the new hotkeys and all that stuff. To me, that's way too much. I'm used to the current hotkeys just fine. I don't need favorites. I don't like, all I want is the whole dye system. That's it. So how do I do that? So, okay, edit house. Okay, so enable blah, blah, blah. Quick bar. Okay, no quick bar. Oh, it's just gone. Uh-oh. Keybinds. Expert settings. I just want like normal stuff. General. Open dock by default. Oh, no, that's not it. Uh-oh. Crap. Okay. Oh, wait. So wait, those buttons are still there. Oh, okay. So maybe it is fine. Wait, but I want it in the middle. I don't want it on the side. I like it in the middle. But I guess I can get over that. Yeah. I guess I can get over that. All right. Oops. Yeah, because all I really wanted was just for the normal UI to show up. And I'm cool with that. Yay. Yeah, I still use DBM. It's kind of it's kind of a funny joke. Like one of my guildmates is like just hates me for it. But the one reason I use DBM is so I can initiate a the countdown for pulling by saying /pull10. Without add-ons, I have to type in /countdown, and I hate that because that's much longer to type. I like typing /pull. My guildmate is tearing their hair out because they're like, yo, why don't you just hit the damn button or use a macro? And my response is, no, I want to type it out. Wouldn't CD work? I don't know. Would that work? If it does, then okay. And the other thing too is I like this. I'm still used to the sounds that come from DBM. And so I would need to like, yeah. Yeah. Maybe I can try it later. I'll try it today. Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. Does that work too? Can you say like countdown or CD0 to cancel the countdown? Or is there like how would you do that? Because that's the big thing. That's what I use DBM for. Not the timers, not the yeah. I mean, well, I use the timers, but the Blizzard one works fine too these days. Notifications for the most part, those work fine. So yeah. But yeah, my guildmate's like, dude, just make a macro. It'd be so easy. I'm like, no, I can't do that. I want to type it out. I use DBM too. It's not a big deal. Yeah. And at some point, it's I have gone through raid nights without using it and all that stuff, but I'm like, I don't like typing countdown. That's 8 letters. That's a lot. No, that's more than 8 letters. But you know what I mean. It's too much work. Anyway. But yeah, we'll see if I end up doing a short out of this or if I just make a full video. It'll probably be a short because I don't think I'm going to because I don't really talk. Like I did this, I didn't do this during a stream or anything. Last time I did it to a stream, and I'm cool with that. Even if you set up a macro, no, I'm not going to set up a macro because I am going to type it out every time. There's no point. Might as well save a macro slot so I can, so I can leave it for like, who knows, something else. Are recorders totally dead now? As far as I know, yeah. For me, they were never alive, so. No, actually, that's not true. The first and last time I really used weak auras, no, 2 times where weak auras were very useful for me. One was the mage tower, because I wanted like a quick notification on when the boss was gonna do like a knockback thing, and then during War Within, yeah, during War Within, there was a way that you can quickly throw down target markers, and I thought that was very useful. Don't switch. Don't switch what? I ain't going nowhere. Yeah. But I am going to head out for lunch in a bit. Let's see. Oh, you took a screenshot. Right on, dude. All right. So I will head out. Tomorrow is going to be a special day. We're going to be featuring the Alacrity Guild from from the US Zul'jin server. So hope you join me for that. We'll see what sort of banger houses that they have to show us. And that'll be it for me. So I'll see you folks next time. Once again, thanks for everyone who had joined. Yeah, see you guys for the next thing. Until then, stay safe.